Hello, everyone. I don't know if the music is loud for y'all. It's a little loud for me. How is everyone's... What is today? Is it Thursday? Is it Wednesday? It's Thursday. Thank God. Okay, now that Stampy moved, I can actually scoop my chair up. He was underneath the desk, so I couldn't move. Also, last night I hit my ankle on our table. Getting up to go to the bathroom, I hit the back of my ankle. I don't know how to explain, but anyway, really hurt. And it just hurt all day today. So that's very cool. I don't even know how I managed to do it. I just know that I did, and it was painful. And I just actually banged it on the table just a minute ago. And it also hurt again. I think we are just gonna do another Lovewood run, probably. I still wish I could find a more correct category. Because I don't like leaving myself as just chatting when I am not. Maybe I can look it up. What to do if game isn't in Twitch directory. Just type in the game and it disappears. Yeah, I've done this. Some of this is so old. This is before there was even a just chatting category. That's so cute. I guess that it used to be called not playing, not just chatting. Supposedly you can just put the game and it won't show up, but you can still do it. So that's what I did. I suppose I probably should have kept it as just chatting right now, but whatever. Oh, I did last night I made this. That is an inside joke for exactly 3 people, but it's worth it. Okay. I guess I can put myself over here. Whoops. Well, no, that's not what I want. Why won't you go? There we go. I had to fling it. It's so funny how worse my face looks on this TV. Depending on what kind of monitor y'all are watching me on, my skin looks terrible. Where is it? There it is. I don't know why I bother putting chat on my phone anymore. I don't need it. I fixed it forever ago. But I'm so in the habit of putting it on my phone now that I feel like I have to. I guess I will put that I'm live in Discord. Oh, actually I don't want it like that because last time I did that, it cut off some of the dialogue. Okay. Everything can be heard. I suppose I could probably turn it up a little bit since it's just like quiet music for this game. It's not like Dead by Daylight where there's gonna be an Elodie screaming. I was looking actually at The King had some videos up about what the next killer is gonna be. And I guess the killer and the survivor are coming separately into two different DLCs. And that the killer is licensed but the survivor isn't. Which is very weird. So the only things I could come up with are A, for whatever reason, the characters that they want to choose for Survivor, maybe they're dead, or it's like a Jamie Lee Curtis situation where they said they don't want to be in the game. So they're just doing someone original. Or maybe it's a movie where the characters are children. Like, or a game like Five Nights at Freddy's, or Pennywise is one that my nephew came up with when we were talking about it last night. Or the Friday the 13th lawsuit ended recently, I guess. So people were talking about that. But I don't know. They've never done this before like this. I guess like the closest thing was when they did Leatherface because Kate was supposed to come with him, I guess, which I had no idea that that was the case. But I don't know. We have like 12 more days or something like that until we find out. I might. Do I wait a minute or do I just switch over to the game? I always hate to switch over before people get here, but at the same time, I don't want to just sit here and wait for people to get here. If that even makes sense. Last night, I was in bed and I had a glass of water instead of a bottle of water, which actually I should go grab a bottle of water. That reminds me. But usually I have a bottle of water on the table, so I kind of forgot that I had a glass. And Stampy jumped up there, and sometimes he'll like mess with the bottle, so I kind of just was ignoring him, to be honest. And he reached out and dumped the water all over himself, all over his face and his nose. He was like coughing and sneezing because I think some of it went up his nose. His like front fur was soaked. Our bedside table was soaked. Half of the bed was soaked. Like all of the stuff on the bedside table was soaked. Luckily my phone wasn't there. I have my phone. So everything was just like soaking wet. And then he jumped down and like looked back at me and like he had like an actual like upset look on his face, like he was like mad at me for it. And I'm like, dude, you did this. I didn't do this. You did this. Very frustrating though. He loves to make a mess, honestly. Okay, is everything functional? Should I refresh the sound alerts? I don't think anyone has ever used my sound alerts, which is fine. But maybe I should just get rid of it and use a different panel instead. Yeah, everything should be functional in theory. Hi, Filky! Well, I hope that you have a good lunch break. What you eating? Whose emote is that? It's so cute. I got, whose emotes did I get the other day? Well, I got yours the other day. Hi, Trip. How are you? You still on your road trip? I have Pupper's emotes, but I can't use the animated ones for some reason right now. Oh wait, yes, there they are. Look. It's the best emote ever. Good. I'm glad. I was looking at your Instagram pictures. You're not anymore. You guys are home now. Eating a bento box with beef, rice, and veggies. You always have really good food. Like, every time I ask you what you're eating, it's something good. It's something that I want to eat. What else animated ones do I have? I have this one. I can't stay very long because I'm going somewhere in about 15 minutes. Okay. Well, that's fine. You can hang out while you can. I think Echo will be here soon, probably. I think she said that she was getting some food or something like that. I just order Asian food because it's always good. Well, yeah, that's fair. That's like, if I could order food for myself every day, I'd probably order Asian food. Or I'd order, sometimes we get Mexican food. But, well, I say Mexican food, but it's like Tex-Mex, you know. It's not like legit, but it's still really good. Actually, I'm gonna refill my coffee because I finished it almost. Okay, I'm back. Oh, how do I... Can I please close out of this? Okay. Would it be stupid if I order groceries really fast? Will that annoy you guys? Is that a boring stream? Or maybe it's a fun stream? I don't know. What's the opinions here? I'll have an ale, please. I'll post a pic in Discord. Okay, I definitely want to see it. Hang on. No, I forgot, Hi. You're really not supposed to be up here, you know. No, I need more tortillas because I want to do tacos tonight, but we don't have any. Can we see your screen? I would, but it has my address and stuff on it. So, unfortunately, in this circumstance, unless I make some kind of specific overlay for ordering groceries that hides everything, I can't do it. That would be really funny, though. If I made, like, an overlay just for grocery shopping. There we go. I think I had a coupon. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Okay. I just want, like, tortillas. And I want water because we're out. It's fine. Those ones are fine. What was the other? Oh yeah, Brett wanted bacon bits. Can't forget those. Those are fine. Bacon bits are expensive, by the way. What was the other thing we needed? I literally had a list like 2 seconds before I loaded this up because I was like, we need this, we need this, we need this. And now my mind is completely blank. Bacon bits are delicious in salad. Brett puts them on his quesadillas, funnily enough. Like cheese quesadillas, he'll put a burrito, or a burrito. He'll put bacon bits on there. I always have that when grocery shopping. Yeah, it's why I forget stuff so often. And Brett will be like, how do you not remember? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying my best. Like, I'm literally, this is... All I do is I'm like, okay, I need this. And then I go to the website and my mind just goes, whoop, and completely blank. I don't know what to tell ya. $1.39 a pound for onions. Is that a lot? I don't know how much onions cost. Maybe I also I just go to like the buy it again section and I just look at what we bought before and then I buy the same stuff over again. I'm like, okay, what did we get last time? And I'm just gonna get that. Because I never know what to get. Oh yeah, Avery wanted chicken nuggets. I do know that. Everybody loves chicken nuggets. I have a $20 credit, but I don't even have $20 worth of stuff in my cart. That's a problem. I once went to a supermarket in the US and it was mind-boggling how expensive it was, but I think it was some sort of special supermarket or something. Yeah, there is like fancier places, I guess. Like it kind of depends where you go. But I will say I think in general stuff is kind of more expensive. So I don't think that's ow, Stampy, like incorrect or whatever. I got rice. I guess I could get more soy sauce. We're kind of low. Yeah. Might have been Whole Foods or something. Yeah, I think Whole Foods is more expensive because it's like, organic stuff normally. Compliment. You are a very dedicated and loyal viewer, and I can always count on you to show up on my streams, and I appreciate that very much. Genuinely, I appreciate that very much. I guess I'll get like a bag of chips. Every time I get snack foods, Brett's like, why'd you get snack foods though? So, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't. He keeps accusing me of trying to get him to gain weight again. Rice sounds good. Yeah, we eat a lot of rice. You're welcome. I make rice a lot of times for dinner. I'll make like chicken and rice. I have so many points I can get a 3, so I don't even know what number that is. How many? Okay, there's 3 there. 37 million or something like that. How much do I have to spend to get... Oh, it's $10 off 2 orders instead of $20 total off. That's some bull. Okay, that's annoying. You should know you were in top 3 of ants. I'll take it. Good enough for me. If I get rid of that stuff, do I still have the credit? What's like my bare minimum of credit here? God damn it. That's how they trick you. Yeah, actually, it's definitely looking like the credit's a bunch of bullshit, honestly. Because if I add more, then I'm just spending more. Also, it doesn't explain what the limit is for the credit or anything like that. Like, what's the limit? How much do I need to spend in order to get the credit? Explain. Don't understand. Also, supposedly you can add like a government card, like a EBT snap card. I wonder if you could actually do that. Like if it would actually let me, because we have a couple from when Avery was, what are words? Like for Avery's school, they did them for COVID. Like to help with lunch expenses and stuff. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna not use the credit. Whatever. It's fine. Because we actually have a couple of them. How is this $40? I got like 8 things. This is horrible. How much more is it on this website? The other grocery delivery website. And now we're just shopping around. What all did I have? Razors and water. Those are the essentials. $8? For what reason? My food was expensive too. Yeah, sometimes it's fine, but I actually already ordered groceries this week, technically speaking. But I forgot some things. And we also ran out of some things a little bit faster than I thought we would. Okay, how much is this? That's fine. Okay. That's much cheaper. I'm sure this is riveting content. I'm very sorry. Okay, we're done though. Okay. I think Trick probably ditched us. No, he's still here. We're fine. If I was him, I would have, though. It would have been a lot more interesting if I could have showed you my screen, but... Like I said, it had my first name and address in the corner up here, so I probably shouldn't do that. I trust y'all, but you never know. Yeah, this is Lovewood. Actually, you weren't here yesterday. It's a dating sim. And, can you see my mouse? Yesterday you could see my mouse. I don't know how to make it so that you can again. But anyway, we dated the person in the top left. And they were non-binary. And then our player character is in the middle row on the bottom there. With, like, the cloak over our face. That's us. Yeah, it's also free. Well, okay, it's pay what you want. But I didn't pay. But honestly, I might go back and, like, do it and, like, give them a few dollars or something for it. Because it's really cute. Monster Prom. I've heard of it. I think I've, like, seen, like, people playing it before, but I've never played it myself. Hey, good morning. How are you? We're just getting started. I had to order some groceries and stuff first. So it took me a second. When we think of adventures in fairy tales, we may think of a brave prince slaying a dragon or a princess escaping her tower. Monster Prom is so fun. Maybe I should check that out then. The story that we are about to tell doesn't feature dragons, but it does feature a literal fairy. Doing good? Good, I'm glad. Monster Prom is hilarious and fun and weird. Is it, like, on Steam or, like, where is it? Oh, you can see my mouse. I don't know why I couldn't before. Anyway, this is our character. A healer who will find their footing in a new home and possibly even tackle the greatest adventure of all, finding love. What will our protagonist's pronouns be? This will not affect the decisions that fate presents you. I picked she, her last time, so let's pick they, them this time. And of course, they will need a name as well. What will be their name? Yeah, Steam. Okay, I will have to look at it. What do we want to name our character this time? It's on Steam and on Switch too, and a few others, I think. Oh, that's nice. I like that it's on some different platforms. It's always nice when a game is, like, more readily available. I think that that's a good thing. I'm just going to name them Mars. Before our hero Mars dives into their adventure, they are facing the struggle of phrasing a formally appropriate letter. Name them Stampy. I'll do that next time. I'll do a he, him, and name them Stampy next time. There's also Monster Camp. Yeah, I'm gonna, like, put together, like, a wish list or something of a bunch of games and try to, like, keep an eye on when stuff goes on sale sometimes. Okay, let's see here. My revered lord. Hey, Murdoggin, how are you? It's nice to see ya. Yeah, I've debated about getting that one. Okay, I will check that out too then. Pretty good. We just started up the game. It's a little dating sim. Littles. Oh yeah, Velky, do you like it? Yeah, we played it yesterday, so we're doing a different route today. What you been up to? I saw you had like some picnic pictures on Twitter the other day. That looked really nice. I can't remember the last time I've been on like a picnic, but that sounds really fun. Ugh, no, he's gonna think I'm some kind of bootlicker. Probably wouldn't like that. Very nice, yeah. Yo, Oberon, old house. No, 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 no. Just drinking some coffee, hanging out. Me too. This is my mug for the day. This is a drawing from that my son did when he was in kindergarten. Dear Lord Oberon, it should only take 2 more days of travel for me to arrive in your town of Liebewald. Thank you again for your invitation. I am looking forward to talking over the details in person. Sincerely, Mars. I told the creator about you playing it too, and they were excited because they said they didn't do much advertising, so word of mouth is how this game gets recognized. Oh, I'm so glad. I tweeted that I was gonna play it, but I should get in touch with them or something. I want to put up the videos on YouTube as well. You've decided you're no longer going to stream or do YouTube? Why, Trip? I just don't see myself doing that. Okay, what do you see yourself doing then? Dishes took longer than expected. Hi, Echo. We literally just started the game because we ordered groceries and we talked for a bit, so you didn't miss anything yet. Before I can doubt my own writing choices even more, I drop the message in the telegram device and it is automatically transferred to the fairy settlement. Modern technology sure is amazing. A few minutes later, I received the reply from Lord Oberon. Not what I want. Well, I mean, that's fair. I didn't know if maybe there was something that you have in mind now or something. Computer or game design. Avery's talked about that. I guess his school has a robotics club too, so we might look into that. That could be cool. It's just a piece of paper with a thumbs up doodled on it. I think this is so funny because it's just like when you send somebody like a really nice long message on Facebook and they just reply with like the thumbs up and you don't know what you did. I would recommend Trip. There's a lot of free programs and like free resources for learning coding and stuff like that. I used to do a lot of it. I could probably find some for you that would be like starter programs and stuff that you could start learning and stuff. Yeah. I guess that means everything is ready for my arrival. On the next day, our travel group passes by the occasional group of humans, but as long as we cover our ears with our hoods, they think we are just a bunch of nervous little people. There's this online class where you can learn how to make a website or teaching you Python. Yeah, there is stuff like that. Yes, I know what Python is, silly goose. My dad does that, and it drives me crazy when he just says the thumbs up after I write a paragraph. Yeah, my dad does it too. I don't even message my parents that often, but yeah, a lot of times. I think it's older people that, like, just send the thumbs up because they don't realize that it kind of sounds like passive-aggressive, I guess. I used to do Unity, and there are a lot of free game assets out on the internet, too. Also, Blender is exceptional for 3D design. Yeah, Blender, Unity, a lot of those are free. And then, like, there's the RPG Maker. Yeah, it's like $165, but it's for like 8 weeks. Okay, well, what we're talking about is all free stuff. Trip, stop it. Finally, around early noon, the village comes into sight, and I head straight for the Lord's residence. Alright, this must be the place. Oh, Echo, I don't think you saw. I picked they, them pronouns this time, and I picked their name is Mars. I paused for a moment to gather my thoughts and calm down my nerves. Blender was used to make Bendy and the Ink Machine. Yeah, it was used to make a lot of stuff. And I mean Unity, and a lot of those are, like I said, like there's a lot of free resources. It's just a matter of like learning them. I'm going to do Python and biology this year. Maybe I can drop some chips in stream. I have RPG Maker and it's pretty cool, but it wasn't free, of course. Yeah, RPG Maker is very cool, but yeah, it's not free. But I will say it seems like it goes on sale a decent amount. So maybe Trip, like for Christmas or your birthday or something, we can get that for you if you're still interested in it. The creator accidentally named the Blender file Blendy. That's cute. I didn't know that. My decision to move to the Northern Fairy settlement wasn't an easy one, but I think it's about time I build a life of my own, away from the restrictions of my past. The new freedom is exciting. I was never truly independent while living under my parents' thumb. I can't wait to seek out adventure and new friendships. But before I get ahead of myself, I should try to make a good first impression of what will be my new home. I think Undertale was made in RPG Maker? Probably. I know there's been a lot of games recently that, like, even though they were made in RPG Maker, they've kind of, like, pushed the bar of, like, what can be made in RPG Maker and have, like, I don't know, like, stretched the limits of it or whatever, I guess. Like, there's been a lot of stuff that, like, you can't really necessarily point at it and be like, that's an RPG Maker game. Like, I think that's very cool. Welcome, young one. I trust that your journey was safe and uneventful. For the most part, yes. I encountered humans at one point, but I don't think they suspected anything. My disguise held up. Excellent. It soothes my mind to know that we now have a competent healer among us. I can't read Among Us without being like, oh, Among Us. Some of my servants have already brought your luggage to the house that you will inhabit. I'll have one of them escort you there. Make yourself at home and acquaint yourself with the locals. Yes, I'll, do my best. Thank you, Lord Oberon. I'm just a casual gamer now. I probably shouldn't tell him that I'm bad at approaching strangers. Okay, Felky, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope your work day goes fine. I'm glad that you got to hang out a bit. Pretty sus. I think I have, one of these puppers emotes. Oh no, it's just this one. With school and everything, it's just too much work. Yeah, that's definitely fair. School obviously is gonna be a lot of work, and even if you cut back, it might be a bit hard to keep up with still. Okay, I really like his design, like his crown and stuff. It looks very cool, honestly. I'm certain that your magic will be of great service to our community. I think Undertale was made in Game Maker Studio, but Corpse Party was made in RPG Maker. That makes sense, I think. I remember Corpse Party. Oh, Lord Oberon. A fairy with a messenger bag darts into the throne room. Everyone looks short next to Lord Oberon, but even by normal fairy standards, this fella is a small, agile type. And I want to focus on school mainly this year, so yeah, I understand. And To the Moon was a great game. Yes, I watched someone play that, and I have now, like, bad emotions attached to it, I guess, because the person, but that game was amazing. I get that. I worry about school and doing videos. I'm doing 18 hours, 6 classes, and now I'm uploading twice a day. Yeah, it's a lot. Like, I even want to just maybe get, like, a part-time job once Avery starts school. I'll tell you later, Echo. But, and I'm even thinking about, like, I might have to cut back just to even have, like, some kind of part-time job or something. Got a letter from the Lycomorph settlement for you, Lord. Thank you, though I was just in the process of giving directions to our newly arrived healer, Mars. Oh, you're the new kid. Glad to meet you. I'm Nord. Hi, nice to meet you too. Nord, since you are here, could you show Mars the way to their cottage? Oberon hands me a small key. Right, sure. I'm on a tight schedule, though. Gotta get to Atlas and deliver the meals for today. You need to do what? Atlas is our local cook. We got a service in which he makes lunch packs every day, and I deliver them to villagers. Nifty. Say, Nord, why don't you take Mards with you? Surely they would be glad to help you. Find one near you so you can walk there. Well, what I want is something online, but also that's what everybody wants right now, so we'll see. Hey, yeah, having an extra pair of hands won't hurt, and you get to meet a bunch of folks around the settlement. Not a bad idea. Having an official reason to talk to people would spare me from some of the mortifying awkwardness of starting a conversation. Sure, I'm in. Awesome. When we're done with that, I'll show you your house. Let's go. But yeah, there is places near me that I could walk to that wouldn't be too difficult, but also, like I said, ideally, I would really love if I could find something online. That way I wouldn't even have to leave, because I don't like leaving my house. But like I said, that's what literally everyone is looking for right now, so we'll see. Atlas lives a little way off the main village, so we'll have to walk a bit. Shouldn't take too long, though. Let's not keep him waiting. Right. If you don't mind me asking, what exactly is your job? You act as a messenger, but you also do this? I'm more of a general leg man. That means I deliver letters and packages, yes, but I help out with all kinds of things. Anything that requires speed, really. My dash lends itself well to that kind of work. Your dash? It's the type of magic I'm best at. Nord jumps onto a branch to demonstrate. It's as if a small gust of wind is pushing him forward. Despite the force behind his dash, his movements are controlled and light-footed. With Schmovid and everything, yeah. When Brett went back to the office, there was a lot of people that were talking about quitting because they didn't want to stop working from home, basically. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, it looks really useful. Are there any other areas of magic you're specialized in? I also got my ability to detect life. Lets me read the auras of every living thing in the area. Yours is a nice shade of blue. Oh, it was, gold last time. Huh, interesting. Wait, the aura of every living thing? Does that mean you see the auras for plants, too? Yeah, plants, fungi, animals. I wish you could see it. It's like an expressionist painting when I use it here in the forest. Can't keep it up for too long, or I get a headache. You know any particular magic, other than healing, of course? I can also create light. It's pretty basic, but it comes in handy, and I can practically do it in my sleep. Quitting a job during the pandemic is so scary. It's so difficult to get a new job. Around here, everywhere is hiring. Like, right now, I think is the time to quit a job for this area. Because if you drive around town, like, every business has a sign out front that says they're looking for people right now. I dread to see how things play out with it because I'm going to be a school teacher. I'm going to school to be a teacher, and I literally catch almost everything when it comes to being sick. Yeah, I'm definitely wary of, like, the new variants and stuff that they're talking about. Like, Avery starts school soon. Trip is going to be back in school soon. So I hope everything ends up okay and nobody gets sick. But here we are. Hey, Grasshopper. Atlas. Same here, and they've even upped the pay. Yeah, most places are paying more around here. That's interesting, Echo, that it's like the reverse for you, it sounds like. But yeah, right now, like, I would say trying to find an online job is probably pretty difficult, like I said, because that's what everybody wants. But, like, as far as, like, fast food, factories, that kind of stuff are all... Yeah, in me and Aunt Courtney's area, every store and restaurant has a help wanted sign, yep. And most of them have signs that say that they've upped the pay and, like, flexible hours, like, really, really trying to entice people. It seems to be affecting kids more, too, this time, so I hope no one... Yeah, I've noticed that. It's definitely scary. And it's so hard to have, like, kids, especially younger ones, wear their masks all the time and everything. Like, it's scary. The two greet each other with some brusque hugging and a kiss on the forehead. I brought along Mars. New flesh for the meat grinder. Oh my gosh, don't scare them. Would it kill you not to mess with the new arrivals for once? You mess with them too. Yeah, but I usually wait until day 2. Alright, alright. They are the new village healer, and also helping me out with the delivery today. Nice to have you on board, Mars. I was sleepy being next to someone with the Delta version, and somehow my chronically ill immune system didn't get sick, and I'm still confused about that one. Oh yeah, your friend. So they were positive? That's scary. I don't know how it works, honestly. Like, it seems like this one, there's, like, a lot of debate on what the deal is. I've noticed. But I'm very glad that you didn't get sick. Because, yeah, with your asthma and everything, I would hate for you to be, sick. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Hive. Yeah, they were positive and we didn't know until after she had visited. Yeah, was she okay? Did she get very sick or not really? Atlas gives a firm handshake, and even through my glove, I can feel that the skin on his hand is rough. I hope you're ready to carry a few jars of food. Sure, I think I can handle that. How are we gonna split it? I'm probably the fastest, so I'll be taking the warm meals. That way I can dash ahead and get them delivered before they're cold. Atlas gets a few jars with what looks to be a thick stew and rubs his hands across them before putting them into Nord's messenger bag. Combining with the fact that his palms are so rough, I think I understand what's up. She's okay. Luckily, she is fully vaccinated, and that's why we didn't know she was sick until after. Yeah, it's kind of scary, definitely, that it's, like, changed like this. Like, I don't know. I really hope that we don't have to go through, like, another lockdown or anything like that. Do you have heat magic? I do. I'm the best at heating up my palms. How warm can you get them? Well, barely enough to be able to light a fire, but I guess if I really tried hard, I could genuinely hurt someone with the heat. I initially specialized in it as a kid because I thought I could learn cool pyromancy tricks. But as it turns out, shooting fireballs from your hands isn't as easy as some people make it look. I've noticed everybody has like these like symbols on their hands. Maybe that's like to do with their magic or something. Alright, nice and secure. Ready to go, Grasshopper? Just a moment. Mars, you remember the way back to the village, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Okay, then I'll rush ahead and I'll meet you there when we're both done with our delivery. Sound good? Yep, I'll see you then. Nord tightly grabs his bag and proceeds to hop onto Atlas's hand, who launches him forward in a throwing motion. Maybe this is Atlas's secondary magic? He's great at throwing things. Wait, I forgot. Who are we dating this time? I haven't decided yet. We're still in the opening sequence. We can still pick. I can let you guys pick if you want. I don't care. Either that or he has played a lot of baseball. Judging how effortless it looks to both of them, they practice this combo a lot. Now, as for you, you're not gonna eat me through the forest too, right? No. I got 3 jars with cold lunch. One is for Blossom. You can barely miss her. She keeps goats and chickens and some other critters. The second one is for Moth. He's our only dressmaker, so you'll easily recognize the tailor shop by its sign. Okay, and the third one? The yeeting. I'd ask that you give one to Nord when you meet him again. That I can do. I take the jars from Atlas. Maybe I should use the chance to chat some more before I leave. I guess we'll say this again. Maybe we should pick different options. You and Nord seem to make a great team. How long have you been doing this lunch delivery thing? A few years now. We've actually known each other since we were little, and at some point we noticed that there are people who don't like to make lunch every day. Not because they can't cook or anything, but because they're busy with jobs and such. Cooking is my favorite thing to do, and at first I just made lunches for Nord. Letting others sign on for a couple of coins was his idea. Then it became a job I did. Sometimes things fall into place like that. It's great that you can do something you're passionate about. Yeah, it's as if I can send some joy to the people of the village without actually needing to interact with them. Pretty amazing if you ask me. Maybe this isn't the last time I'll be helping you guys out, though I think I should be going for now. Alright, I hope we'll be seeing more of each other soon. Stay safe. I speed walk back into the direction of the village. Thank goodness the jars of food in my bag aren't too heavy. This is really more than I had expected on my first day here at the settlement, but I hope I'm doing okay. After all, I'm really just making things up as I go. I can't help but repeat Atlas's instructions in my head while I walk. One lunch is for Blossom, the other for a person called Moth, the last one for Nord. I relate to this so much. Like, if I'm, like, somebody tells me to do something, I'm literally, like, in my head, like, okay, this, then this, then this, like, thinking it. At least the scenery is soothing my anxiety a whole lot. I've seen a bit of the village when I went to Lord Oberon's residence, but this is the first time I'm getting a really good look at it. The little farm is hard to miss. Should I knock? No, there appears to be someone chopping wood in the backyard. Should I skip this stuff? Or should I just keep going through it? Since we went through this stuff yesterday, I guess. Suppose I could skip through. Excuse me, are you Blossom? Aye, that would be me. Can I help you? I'm actually just here to bring you some food. I love that, like, the design of the fairies is that they have, like, these little, like, animal ears and stuff. I get that I have to literally write everything down and make a list so I can check it off, otherwise I'll forget. Yeah, when I just ordered the groceries today, I was like, what do I need? Which, actually, I need to keep an eye on that because I don't want to miss a text. But then also I have this app and it's just like my to-do list and I go through and check everything off every day too. So yeah, I definitely relate to that. I thought the ears were so cute. Yeah, it's like definitely a unique idea for fairies. Like when you imagine fairies, you picture like they would have like big wings or like something like that, but they just have like these little animal ears. Also, she has different, like I said, everybody has like these like green symbols on their hands, I've noticed. Heck yeah, fuel for the fire. I've been waiting for this. Atlas makes the absolute best lunches. So I've heard. I hand her the jar and she takes a seat, ready to dig in. Say, have we met before? No, I just arrived today. I'm Mars. Sweet, feel free to stop by any time for some eggs or goat milk. So are you the new healer? What magic does the king have? I can't remember. I'm not sure if he tells us. That's right. Reminds me, why does the town already have one? A healer? We had one. Pretty good guy, actually. What happened to him? Old age happened to him. Guess that's something even magic can't prevent. Oh. It's true that while healing magic is powerful against injuries and inflammation, there are some ailments that it can't fix. Ooh, secret magic. I don't know if it's secret, I just don't remember. It might be secret. It's okay, he had a good life here. We could get by kind of okay-ish with just regular medicine these last few months, but it turns out being able to just magic away small injuries is pretty darn useful. That's why Oberon called out to find a new healer. Makes sense. Good luck stepping into those footsteps. I'm sure you'll do well. Thanks, I'll try. Blossom chews and nods. Should I keep the conversation going a bit before moving on? I think I'm gonna just get going because we've already talked to her. Hopefully it doesn't affect stuff too much. I'll get going. Got some more deliveries to make. Quite the busy bee, yeah? Take care out there, alright? See you around. Also, I love that she has like an undercut kind of thing. Stepping back into the street, it doesn't take me long to spot the tailor shop. The door is open just a tad, probably for the sake of airing the room. It's a pleasantly warm day after all. Someone is sitting inside and working on some needlework. They haven't noticed me yet. Apparently they're very focused. Do you guys like to sew? Or like do, I don't know, like embroidery or anything like that? I used to, but I haven't in a long time. What should I do? Walk in quietly, knock on the door frame. Last time we knocked, so let's just say hi. Hello, any chance you happen to be Moth? The tailor carefully lays his work to the side. I see my reputation precedes me. I'm Moth, tailor extraordinaire, at your service. Who do I have the pleasure of meeting, though? I'm Mars. I'm the new, healer extraordinaire. I wish I knew how. Yeah, like I said, I used to all the time. My grandma taught me, like, sewing and embroidering and stuff like that, but I've never learned how to crochet. I do know somebody that crochets, like, on stream and stuff, and they're really nice. Hi, Ray! You downloaded this game too? Yeah, I was actually gonna message you and tell you. I was literally thinking about messaging you before I started stream today to ask you if you wanted to come watch because I thought you would like this game. So that's really funny. I'm glad you're here. I love crocheting. I hate the English word. I can't write it. And I used to knit, but I'm terrible. Yeah, I've never done crocheting or knitting, but I used to sew and do embroidery. Somewhere I have like big embroidery hoops and stuff, but I can't find them. But I used to literally, I would do like look up online, like, you know, the Animal Crossing patterns for like designs. I would look at those and I would embroider them because it's basically the same thing. I don't know how to sew or embroider or knit, but I can crochet. Okay, well, you just have to impart your crocheting knowledge to everybody else, and I can teach you sewing and embroidery. We will combine our knowledge. I'm Mars. I'm the new healer extraordinaire, I guess. Enchanté. Always delightful to have a new face among us. Among us! Before I forget, I'm bringing you your lunch from Atlas. Why, thank you, love. Please be so kind and put it on the table. I'll get to it in a moment. Have you played through this yet, or is this your first playthrough? This is the second one. The first run, we dated, the non-binary, like, shop person, like, that has the little cart out front. I was gonna say we need to have arts and class, Aelith, yes. I was going to say we need to have arts and craft classes and share with each other. Yeah, we can just, like, trade our knowledge. Have little, like, crafting circles or something. Yes, Aelith is who I picked for the first run. I thought they were very cute. Yeah, I was debating on Kaileen, too. Both of them are very cute. And I feel like they kind of, like, both fit my, like, personality and vibe a bit. Like, Kaileen has the whole, like, plants and garden thing, and, like, Aelith has, like, the goblin shop of, like, just random crystals and stones and teeth and stuff. I might go for Aelith this time, and then Kaileen next time. Yeah, I think so. It didn't take too long. It was, like, 2 hours, maybe, to go through a whole run. Maybe not even that, because I also stop and talk to stream and stuff a lot, so I don't think it would take too long to do more than one run. Not like it can get cold, right? True. Say, I couldn't help but notice that your cloak has a truly masterful cut. Classic southern pattern, if I'm not mistaken. You can tell where I'm from just by looking at the style of my clothes? I wouldn't be much of a tailor if those matters wouldn't stick out to me. It has very neat seams too, and the way the fabric flows is just wonderful. Yeah, it's my favorite cloak, very light and comfy. You have excellent taste in fashion, though I hope you also brought some warmer garments along. It won't be summer forever after all. Well, I brought a warmer jacket, but I've already heard that it can get really freezing up here, so I needed something stronger than that. Something like a durable yet fashionable coat, handcrafted by a master tailor to be appropriately flattering to your figure while withstanding the forces of winter? I'm not sure if I should already spend money on fancy clothes. I mean, I just got here. Right, I get a little carried away. Give it some thought, though. I'd love to create something for you. Moth is a really cool character, too. I just like all the characters. Yeah, there isn't a character that I was like, I don't really like them, honestly. Like, everyone's really interesting, I think. Just some pillowcases, a little something for my own home. Say, could you do me a bit of a favor? Depends on what the favor is. I just noticed I'm running low on buttons. By that I mean, I still got plenty, but they're too fancy to be wasted on pillowcases. Oh yeah, and see, like, he has, just like a band on his finger of, like, green. So yeah, it must be, like, something to do with, like, each person has a different one or something. Would you fetch me a few? Yeah, I can do that. I should still have some time to spare. Wonderful. What I'm looking for are buttons that are no larger than a thumbnail. Color is irrelevant, with at least 2 holes, preferably 4. Right, I'm sure I can remember all that. Thank you so much for your help, love. Alright, this time I'm gonna tell him not to call me love. As you wish, Sugar Cube. Well, that's even worse. No, I mean, no cutesy nicknames in general, please. Oh, understood. I'll do my best to keep that in mind. It's a bit of a habit. Just slap me if I fall back into it, alright? Alright. I'll be back in no time. Now I feel kind of bad. I didn't want to be rude. I just wondered what would happen if I said that. Sugar cube. Oh my god. I stepped back into the open air and looked to buy some buttons. There's really only one little sales cart near the center of town square. I guess that's them. I literally can't bring myself to be mean at all. I know, there's mean options in the game, and I was like, do I wanna? And it's like, no, I don't think I can. Like, it's too cute. I want to be sweet and talk to everyone. I know, I picked the nice options every single time. Like, there was one that was like, to tell Kaileen to shut up or something. And I was like, I can't do it. I would feel so bad. I do wonder what happens if you pick all the mean options, but I don't know if I could do it. Maybe for, like, a stream, I could do it and just, like, see what happens, but Kaileen is so cute with her rambling, so I know, and, like, there's a part where she, like, apologizes or something, and she says something like, I'm sorry I talk too much or whatever, and it's like, no, I like listening. Like, I like hearing what you have to say. You can say Aelith isn't worth the time, too. Yeah, you can, like, tell Kaileen or whatever that, they shouldn't bother with Aelith or whatever. We got Moth together. I did that, too, actually. I hung out with Aelith twice, and then I hung out with Kaileen once, I think. Someone is wiping a few prices off a chalkboard with a wet sponge. Hi there, are you the merchant? No. I mean, they nod and point at themselves as if to correct themselves. Okay, I'm Mars, nice to meet you. What's your name? They point at the sign that says Aelith's Herbs and Trinkets. Oh right, Aelithis. They nod. Apparently they're not much of a talker. I'll just be having a look around. I love how, like, you can see they have, like, seeds and, like, a ketchup bottle or something, and, like, parchment, and maybe these are, like, crystals. These are, like, tools or something. I just love the idea of, like a little, like, fantasy junk shop like this, I guess. It's a pretty mixed bag, but sure enough, I find a handful of buttons, too. How much for these? Aelith quickly has a look over the buttons I picked out and then holds up one finger. Just one coin? Sounds very fair. Even while I'm paying, Aelith looks kind of anxious and fidgety. Is there something on my face? Yes. Aelith winces and shakes their head. Okay, I can't be mean to Aelith, though. I can't do it. It's okay, I get nervous talking to new people, too. No need to stress out. Aelith takes a deep breath and looks a bit more relaxed now. They're making a gesture that I assume means thank you. Hey, Aelith. Before either of us can do or say anything else, a young woman rushes to the pushcart. I wonder if I had said, like, I need to be going if I wouldn't have met Kaileen here then. She doesn't even seem to have noticed me yet. How are you doing? Terribly. Nice. And see, she has, like, a band around her wrist, but I don't see anything on Aelith's hands. So that's interesting. Could you already get your hands on these seedlings I asked about? Aelith nods and picks up a small flower pot from behind the counter and then hands it triumphantly to the girl. Awesome. I already know the perfect spot for this one with lots of sunlight. I hope it gets along with the strawberries. I'll just have to try it out. Once it has grown, I can finally get started on that new potion project. I mean, I technically could have gone with dried ingredients, but having fresh ones is always more effective. Aelith looks calm with this young lady around. What a strange pair. One talks a lot, the other very little. Oh wait, there's a new person here. I wasn't just interrupting something, right? Not really, don't worry. I'm not great with faces, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen yours before. Right, I just moved here. I'm Mars. Nice, I'm Kaileen. Why did you move here, of all places? It seemed like a good enough fit, and I'm here to fill the healer position. Ah, you're a healer! That's so cool! Do you use herbal remedies to go along with your magic? Sometimes, though usually I can get by with magic alone. We should exchange notes sometime. My garden is full of plants with healing properties. I bet we could boost the effectiveness of your cures by a lot. And I wonder if, like, her eyes is, like, also, like, a marking as opposed to, like, makeup or something. I don't know. It's interesting. I've been providing ingredients for the local medic, so I know a few things about soothing medications and painkillers. I'm still learning a lot, though. It's a constant work in progress. Especially cures for digestive diseases can be so complicated, and don't even get me started on stuff that affects the neural system. Do you ever shut up? Yeah, that's what you can say when, it's so mean. Guess we'll be seeing more of each other in the future. Yeah, just hit me up whenever you like. My house is the one with the large garden over there, the one with the tree house. Oh, but I'm rambling. You look like you got places to be. Kind of, but I'll see you guys later, right? Yeah, let's hang out soon. See ya, Mars. Also, I like how Aelith's chalkboard has, like, where you can see that they've written stuff before and, like, not fully erased it. I think that that's really cute. Having acquired the buttons, I hurry back to the tailor shop. Moth has apparently finished his lunch while I was out. Did you just give me this task so you could eat in the meantime? Perhaps. Did you find something? I show him the buttons. Ah, yes, these will do nicely, thank you. That means I can get back to work. Now, where did I put... Moth looks around cluelessly. He then appears to focus for a moment, and a roll of yarn knocks against the back of his head. Ah, there it is. Whoa, do you have a poltergeist in here? No, sorry, I probably should have warned you. It's my magic. Some kind of telekinesis? Yes, more specifically, a pull, or seeker spell, as some people call it. As you can guess, I can use it to pull things toward me. The wonderful part is that I don't even need to know where the thing is. That must be great for when you lose something around the house. It's a blessing, you have no idea. Shouldn't use it on knives or needles, though. I acquired that knowledge the hard way. I don't know why you would use it on knives or needles. Ouch. Indeed. I'll let you get back to work. See you around, Moth. Of course, have a splendiferous day. And he didn't call us love or anything either. So he remembered. Because last time he did say, like, have a splendiferous day, love, or something like that. So that's nice, at least, that you can actually tell him to stop and he stops. My chores are done. Now to find Nord. Hey! That was easy. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. No, I just got done with my deliveries too. Perfect timing. So, I didn't even think about it. Our, like, deliveries where we also ran an errand for Moth took just as long as Nord, who's supposed to be super fast. I got one more lunch left. Atlas said it's for you. Aw, how sweet. Also, his buttons are enormous. He must have remembered that I prefer eating during my afternoon break, so then I'm not super full while I'm running. Oops. But before I stuff my face and collapse into a food coma, I'll show you your house, as promised. Nord bounces towards a cottage built from dark wood. I unlock it with the key I got from Lord Oberon. Ta-da! Nord got distracted because he saw a squirrel somewhere. I guess that could be true. Welcome, Havram, by the way. How are you? Nord wiggles his hands at the interior as if he's reeling the winner of the Home Beauty Showcase. I love how he's like, ta-da! It's looking a little bare, but I'm sure you can liven the place up. Rustic. I think I like it. Good, I'm glad that you're doing well. In that moment, I remember what Blossom told me. Wait, speaking of livening places up, this place didn't belong to a dead guy, right? What? Why would a dead person own a house? No, I mean, this wasn't the home of the former village healer who passed away, was it? Oh, nah, don't worry. I think our carpenter just finished this building a few weeks ago. You should be the first one who lives here. Do you believe in bad omens? I'm sure if there were a former owner in the shape of an angry ghost, they wouldn't just be hanging around their old home all the time. Hey, you never know with these things. Just wanted to be sure. Ah, your bags were already brought here too. Is everything there? I hope so. Ugh, I'm getting the hiccups, sorry. At first glance, nothing seems to be missing. Great, then I'll leave you to it. Will I be seeing you around? Of course, at the midsummer celebration in a few days, if not earlier. The what now? Oh, nobody has told you about that yet? The whole village will get together for the annual midsummer celebration in 6 days. How do you guys celebrate? Oh, you know, the usual. Making bloody sacrifices to the war gods, burning books. I'm just messing with you. I love how my character is just as gullible as me in real life. I would have been like, really? You guys do that stuff? We'd never do anything like that. Right, I knew that. The midsummer party is just an evening of dressing up fancy, enjoying some good food, and having fun. Lord Oberon opens the court to everyone, and the evening usually starts with a traditional ballroom dance. But there's also lots of smaller private gatherings. Sounds neat. If you ask someone specific to join you for the midsummer celebration, that's a pretty big deal. Like a really fancy date. Though if you ask me, going as a group of friends is just as much fun. I see. I certainly don't know anyone around here well enough to ask them out, but who knows what strange things will happen over the course of the next few days. Does Nord have a date? I'm kind of curious, but it would probably be inappropriate to ask. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. I barely know him after all. Thanks for letting me know. I'll be looking forward to the party. Welcome. Don't strain yourself on the first day, alright? I'll try. See you around. Bye, Nord. Nord closes the door behind him, and I acquaint myself with the little cottage. It's very clean except for a bit of dust. Not a bad place to start. If it's brand new, why is it dusty? If they just built it. Even though I feel like I didn't do much today, my head feels really heavy all of a sudden. Apparently, the traveling fatigue of the last few days is catching up to me now. I'll just take a little nap before I do anything else. And on to the next day. Okay. I guess we can save. Pick a new slot. Ugh. Oh no, that was a lot more than a quick nap. Apparently it's already morning. I slept like a rock. Guess that means I really needed it. As I'm stretching my tired limbs, I noticed something that wasn't in the house the day before. Someone slipped a letter under my door. It's from Aelith, the merchant from the town square. And it's an advertisement for discount gems? No, wait, the letter is just written on the back of a flyer. Got it. Hi, Mars. I feel as if I messed up our first meeting. To avoid further misunderstandings, I'll try to explain in as few words as necessary. I'm afflicted with the liar's curse, which means that I can't speak out truthful statements. Whenever I try, the words come out all twisted. Fortunately, this doesn't affect my writing or my gestures, or when I ask questions, which is why I'm telling you this in written form. When you showed up, suddenly seeing an unfamiliar face caught me off guard. That's why I slipped up. Sorry for any confusion I caused you. I felt that I owe you the truth. Haha, get it? I hope this clears up things a bit. Don't be afraid to visit my shop again. It's always open to you when I'm in town. Aelith. Wow, I guess I'm not the only one who worries about first impressions. My encounter with Aelith yesterday makes a lot more sense now. They were afraid to talk because their curse makes them lie. I'll try keeping that in mind. Before I do anything else, though, I'll have to make sure I'm less of a mess than I am now. I'll get cleaned up, have some breakfast, and then finally unpack all my bags. There we go, now it looks a lot more homey. Yeah, things are starting to look homely around here. I brought some of my art equipment with me. I hope I get to some more practice in. It's been a while since I've drawn or painted anything just for fun. Serving mostly as a healer to the village, I doubt that I'll have constant work to do. Or at least I sure hope that people don't get hurt all the time. So I should try making myself useful in other ways, too. Yesterday I met plenty of interesting folks. Maybe I could help one of them out and get to know them a little better on the way. Alright, who do we want to talk to? I suppose we could talk to Kaileen this time. There we go. My mouse wasn't wanting to drag over here. Let's see. Yes, Kaileen? Okay. We can stick with her. I'd like to see what Kaileen is getting up to today. In fact, I can spot her stepping out of her house this very moment. Judging from the quick look I can get on the interior, her living space is really more of a potion lab than a normal home. Oh, I bet this will just be us getting Moth with her again, though, probably. Hey, you're looking ready to go somewhere. Is it really that obvious? I'm heading out on a trip to the forest. Yeah, it is. Oh, what for? Okay, so I recently came across this place that featured an accumulation of a rare type of smegum, but while I was out there, I didn't have any equipment for collecting samples. And I didn't just want to, stuff it in my pockets, so I left it, but I really think I would like to add it to my garden. Which is why I'm going to go there again and hope that that patch is still there. So, you're going out to collect plant samples? Yeah, that's the gist of it. Sounds like a good time. Can I come along? Sure, as long as you don't mind walking a lot. I already spent enough time seated during my regular job. A chance to stretch my legs is always welcome. Speaking of stretching, I let Kaileen lead the way through the forest. We stray off the regular path pretty quickly, but she seems to know where she's going. Furthermore, she rarely stays quiet for a long time, casually pointing out facts about plants that she collects on the way. Oh, is that some bishop's weed? Don't mind me taking some of that. It's a nice treatment against gout, plus it makes a good addition to any soup. Did you even get bishop's weed further down in the south? Yeah, but we more commonly use meadowsweet. It was similarly useful against infections and inflammations and such. Ooh, I've heard the scent of that must be amazing. Kind of a shame I can't get it around these parts. I'll admit, it's weirdly comforting to nerd out about plants with someone, even though I feel like I sometimes can't keep up with Kaileen. Considering how often she gets distracted, it's hard to tell how far from the village we've walked when we finally arrive at our goal. There it is. Thank goodness I remembered the way here. Whoa, are these ruins of an old temple or something? Kaileen shrugs. Apparently. In any case, it looks to be just the right growing conditions for this bad boy over here. Kaileen points out a patch of moss on one of the rocky surfaces and begins unpacking her equipment to take samples. You were looking for this moss all along? Of course, didn't I mention it? Sphagnum, also known as peat moss. Though I prefer the scientific terms for this one. Colloquial terms can get so vague and confusing. Okay, this time, I want to ask about the place, so hopefully this isn't, rude. We're saving. But the moss is the least interesting look about this place. Have you even taken a look around? Kind of. What about it? This temple could bear all kinds of secrets. Maybe it's the relic of a forgotten culture, or some kind of ancient burial ground. You really think that the moss is the most valuable thing you can take away from here? Well, what can I say? I'm just not very interested in dead things. Yeah, I don't think she liked that very much. Kaileen moves on to collecting samples of the moss in silence. I'm sorry. Maybe I should reload. She fills some glass vials with bits of it, careful not to damage it too much. She seems very focused on her work. At least the scenery is very nice to look at while I'm waiting. I can't help but wonder what the old inscriptions on these stone slabs are saying. Maybe I should return to this place sometime to find out more. Okay, but now I have that as an option because I don't think I did before. While we return to the village, we actually walk in silence for longer than we've ever had before. She looks sad. I'm sorry. It's a little awkward to say the least. I'd gotten so used to Kaileen's rambling. Gosh darn it. Hey, are you hearing something? Someone coming this way? Yeah. We cautiously hide behind a rock formation and listen. Do you guys smell this? Something reeks of fairies. Wow, rude. We don't stink. Great. Lycomorphs. Kaileen has lowered her voice, trying not to attract their attention. This is weird. I don't think we stepped into their territory. Are you guys on peaceful terms with the Lycomorphs? Officially, yes. How that plays out in the field is a bit less predictable. I feel like these two don't care much about official business. Right. We better avoid them. Do we just try to sneak off? Wait, not yet. Kaileen quietly opens her bag and feels around the bottom for something. What? This isn't the right time to get distracted, damn it. Mars, shut it. I know what I'm doing. Oh, now we're like arguing. She pulls out a small glass bottle filled with what looked to be herbs. Kaileen pulls off the plug and throws it into a faraway bush. Now we move. We try to keep a low profile and make as few noises as possible as we get some distance between the lycomorphs and us. I take one quick look back, and I can see that one of them is sniffing confusedly. What the hell? Did somebody dump a pot of soup around here? Alright, we should be in the clear. Phew. What was that bottle you threw into the bushes? Some strong-smelling herbs? Exactly. Lycomorphs have a very strong sense of smell. I was worried they may track us down by following our scent. The smell of that glass vial should mask our tracks well enough, and it made for a nice distraction. Very clever. I feel bad for leaving it in the woods, though. It was a good bottle. I guess now I know why Aelith keeps finding all sorts of odds and ends in the forest. Maybe someday it'll find its way back to me. Who knows? Yeah, hey, thanks for joining me today. You're welcome, though I'm not sure if I actually helped all that much, and I think I made you mad at me. It's always safer to go out together. First rule of every field trip. And here I thought rule number 1 was don't eat random plants to check when they're poisonous. Haha. Have a good evening, Mars. I'm sure I'll be seeing you around. You too, Kaileen. I hope they're not mad at us, or she's not mad at us. The rest of my day is spent tidying up, journaling, and reading. And yet my mind keeps coming back to the events of the trip. Does Kaileen really only care about plants? Yeah, I have, like, mixed feelings on her now. Maybe that's what brings her comfort, or her enthusiasm comes from some other source. Whatever it is, I may never know for sure. Gosh darn it. I wonder if that means I've, like, completely messed up and now I can't, date her. On the next morning, I decide to tap it back into some creative juices and make a little sign for my house. Chances are that word around about me being the new healer is already getting around, but I might as well make it easier for people to find me. I bust out some paints and write my profession onto a wooden plank. A red cross and some decorative swirls too while I'm at it. Then I put the sign in my window so that everyone who walks by can see it. This should help business. After trying to make my office look a bit more presentable and having lunch, I'm ready to go out and stretch my legs a little. Okay, we can talk to her again. So let's try to apologize. Hopefully we can make up with her a bit. As I step out of the town square, I instantly see Kaileen making a beeline for Aelith's shop. I get the impression that she chats with them every day when they're here. Though this time there's a bit more of a spring in her step than usual. I may just watch them from far and see what they're up to. Oh, this is the scene we got with Aelith as well. Maybe we should have chose someone other than Kaileen so we're not just getting the same cutscenes. Hey, Aelith. You're not looking excited at all. What's up? Well, I got a little something for you. A present. Oh? Ta-da! Kaileen reveals a small glass bottle. The liquid in it has a warm green tint. Is that a truth potion? I finally managed to make one, and I want you to have it, Aelith. I've only done some tests using it on myself, but I'm quite certain that it's working like a charm. When you drink this, it should temporarily cancel out your curse. Then you'll finally get to talking normally. Strange. Here I thought these two were already talking pretty normally with each other. Wow, that must have been really easy to do. Oh, you know it. Mind-affecting alchemy is never a simple task. But thanks to the new ingredients I got, I finally had a breakthrough. The roots for Blossom and Moth are fun too. Maybe that should be something for the other in-game days. Yeah, I could do that. I could talk to them more. Since, I think after this I can't talk to Kaileen again, and we already talked to Aelith, so I could do them next. I admittedly don't know how long the potion's effect will last. Around 2 minutes at least, but maybe longer. I think I did talk to Blossom once, so maybe we'll do Moth. Around 2 minutes at least, but maybe longer. Aelith nods and gets out their chalkboard. They write something and show it to Kaileen, but I'm not close enough to see it. Right, saving it for a special occasion sounds like a good idea. But if you use it sometime and I'm not around to see, you'll have to tell me how it went. It's important data after all. Aelith nods and gestures thank you. I think I'll make some more of these while it's still all fresh in my head. I'll catch you later, alright? Aelith waves goodbye, but Kaileen doesn't even look back. It appears that she is fully absorbed in her drive to do more alchemy. After she has left the town square, I see Aelith pensively swish around the elixir in the bottle. Maybe this isn't my place to get involved, but I just gotta say something. Hi. How's it going? Oh, I'm fine, but I was about to ask you the same thing. Are you doing alright? Aelith nods slowly, but they can't seem to take their eyes off the potion. You look as if something's bothering you. Aelith exhales deeply and taps their foot for a moment. Then they grab their chalkboard and the rest of the chalk in their hand, struggling to find words for what they're trying to say. Nothing really seems to come to mind. Why do I feel like this? Why am I not happier over a gift like this? Did Kaileen just talk to me because she wanted to fix me? I know what you're thinking, but I don't think Kaileen wanted you to feel bad. I think she genuinely just had all the best intentions when she made this for you. I know. Kaileen doesn't have a single bad bone in her body. You guys have known each other for a long time, right? Aelith nods. I've seen a lot of places and people. Kaileen was the first one who made me feel at home somewhere. She knows you're not some kind of science experiment. Yeah, I'm probably just worrying over nothing. Aelith pensively rubs their chin. I can tell that they're still insecure about this. Could you go talk to her and see how she feels about it? Sure, you can count on me. Aelith gestures thank you, and I get on my way to Kaileen's house. A quick look over the fence tells me that Kaileen is in the garden. She is busily collecting ingredients, it seems. Hi there. Oh, Mars, good that you're here. Can you hold this for a moment? Sure? She gives me 2 bowls of leaves. Now that her hands are free, she climbs deeper into one of the flower beds and collects some moss from the ground. I knew that this stuff would come in useful. You're preparing to do some more alchemy? Yeah, did you hear? I figured out how to make the truth elixirs. To think that I was so close to getting it right before, I just had to tweak the timing. These instructions I found recently were priceless. Maybe if I experiment some more, I can make it more efficient. Right, I've been meaning to talk about... Oh, would you like to copy the recipe too? I'd be more than happy to share it. It's not like it's a big secret or anything, it's just difficult to pull off. And as far as I know, it's the only way to cancel out Aelith's curse. Aelith needs your friendship more than a potion. Definitely not going to tell her that Aelith isn't worth it. Huh? I talked to Aelith. They were happy over the gift, but also had some conflicting feelings. Their friendship with you matters a lot to them. You were the one who always talked the most with them, right? Correct. And you guys always got by without needing a potion. Oh. Oh no. I made them feel like they're just a problem to be fixed. I really should have been smarter about this. Don't beat yourself up about it. We can't always see everything. That's why I mentioned it. I wanted to do something good for Aelith, to show them that I care, so I did it the only way I knew how. The whole gardening and alchemy thing, it's the only thing I'm really good at. You don't be so modest. You're awesome in a lot of ways. I think you're already doing something great for Aelith every day. They really loosen up whenever you're around. Really? Maybe I don't always understand people, right? But I like Aelith, and I think they like being my friend too. Therefore, it would be dumb if we end up hurting each other, if we both want the same thing. My dad always said that words matter, even if they don't come easily. Especially the ones that don't come easily. I'll talk this over with Aelith. Good idea. I watch them from a distance. No need for me to get involved further. I think they got this. Kaileen is so cute. I know, she's adorable. Her big fluffy tail. They hug. I think they've come to some mutual understanding. I'm ready to leave them to spend some time by themselves, but Kaileen waves me over. Hey, you two are looking good. Yes, thank you so much for helping us work things out. We would have been perfectly fine without you. I'm glad I could assist a little. It turns out sometimes I get a bit too fixated on certain things. That's not a bad thing. You're one of the most focused people I know. Right, but there are times when my research is the only thing I see. And then I end up walking all over people's feelings by accident. Whenever that happens, you guys need to verbally smack me over the head and tell me to pay attention. Noted. Kaileen will be making a few more of these potions for me once we know they work. Yeah, but only for emergency situations. Right, it turns out that there are some times when just being able to yell out my thoughts comes in very useful. But it's something we don't need when it's just the two of us. And I'm glad it's like that. They're both looking much more balanced now. I will be seeing you guys at the Midsummer celebration too, right? You can bet on that. Is it already that time of year again? Yes, and this time you're not skipping it, silly. I know you're technically not from here, but Oberon was very clear that everyone who behaves themselves is welcome. I go to formal events all the time. It'll be my first time at the party too. I can see why you're a little nervous, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, no need to worry. We can all hang out as a group. There'll be good food, singing, dancing. Ayla seems to lighten up a little. And a lot of fancy dressed folks. I love people watching at those events. Reminds me, I guess I can't go there in my overalls. Yeah, from what I've heard, formal dress is expected. Or at least an attempt at that. Can I still wear my hat? I don't think anyone's going to throw you out because of it. My mind flashes to the fact that I've only brought one vaguely formal outfit with me. Hopefully it'll be good enough for the occasion. I've been wondering, why do you celebrate Midsummer in the first place? There was a reason, but I forgot. You remember, Aelith? You're better at this history stuff than me. I think originally it was a tradition that swept over here from the eastern countries. But there's also a local story about that night of the year. It's about some human lovers who had stumbled into these woods. Instead of hurting them, Oberon reunited the bickering couples and guided them back home. That's one reason why this night got associated with love and good fortune. Wow, are we talking about the same Oberon? He seems more like someone who'd yell at humans to get off his lawn while shaking his spear at them. Well, hang on. Now we're all bacon bits out of stock. What does that even mean? I don't know, maybe it's just a myth. Or maybe it's true and he's changed since then. Just how old is Lord Oberon, I wonder? In any case, it's an opportunity to snack on free food and listen to the court musicians, so I'm not complaining. Bacon bits. Oh yeah, I ordered groceries at the start of stream. And one of the things, Brett wanted bacon bits, and I forgot them last time, so I practically ordered these groceries just for the bacon bits. Like, I got other things too, but he was like, do not forget the bacon bits. And they just texted me and told me that all bacon bits are out of stock. I don't think that's possible. That doesn't make sense. That's the spirit. Like cut up bacon? Yeah, basically. Some of them are like fake bacon. It's not like not real. It's just like bacon flavoring. But you can put them on like salads and stuff like that. Do you guys not have bacon bits? I think I need to get back to work. Got some more weeding to do. And I need to get my bookkeeping in order. The heck? Yeah, I guess not. Yikes. Sounds like fun. Ugh. You have my empathy. See you guys around, eh? Right. See you, Mars. I know that as a healer, my official job is to heal people's physical wounds. Sounds very convenient, though. Yeah, you can get, like, big containers of them, like, and like I said, you can just, like, sprinkle them on salads or, like, whatever you want to put them on, basically. Potato soup, anything like that where you might want bacon, but you don't want to, like, cook bacon and chop it up. But I don't mind helping them with emotional ailments either. I always have Stampy's cat hair on my face. Relationships need to be cared for to stay healthy, just like our bodies. If I can lend a hand with that, I'll gladly accept the role. Potato soup. Do you not have potato soup? Oh my god. I'm learning lots of new foods today. Yeah, potato soup is really good and really easy, actually. Like, if you have, like, a crock pot or whatever in your kitchen. I don't know what you have, but we have, like, a big crock pot, so we put a lot of stuff in there that, like, cooks basically on its own. So potato soup is something we make a lot of times. On the next morning, it appears that words about my healing services has gotten around. An old lady drags her husband into my house while he's loudly declaring that no, falling down the ladder was not painful at all. His screaming was only a declaration of war against the cursed piece of equipment. I'm going to find a recipe and make potato soup for dinner next week. I can send you, like, how I make it. But I don't know if you have, like, the same kind of stuff or whatever, but I'll tell you how I make it. I heal his shoulder and back anyway. The old man keeps going on about how he fought in the Battle of the Rising Rivers and doesn't need to be pampered. I have very basic kitchen stuff. I don't even have a kitchen weight. What's a kitchen weight? Like a scale? Yes, please do. I don't have a crock pot, though. If you have, like, a pot, like, that you can cook on the stove, you can make it that way. It's just, like, takes a little bit longer. His wife rolls her eyes so hard, I'm afraid she's going to injure herself and need treatment as well. But apparently she's a pro. Like a scale, yes. Is that, like, a common thing for you guys to have? Because I don't have a scale. Once the entire debacle is done and the old man is good as new, I get lunch and consider how to spend the rest of the day. Oh, yeah, we got a little check for Kaileen now, so... I guess we'll talk to Moth, because also our character says something about how, like, we don't have anything fancy to wear, so maybe, maybe we can talk to him about that. I spent an hour making vegetable pasta today, so time is no worry. Yeah, it's not that. You just have to, like, boil the potatoes until they're, like, soft enough, and then, like, put them into the soup and then cook it for a bit, so it's not too bad. I'm curious what Moth is getting up to today. He'll probably be at the tailor shop, right? Oh wait, I think I see him at A-List shop. Hey, Moth. Greetings. Splendiferous day, isn't it? Yes, we needed to measure grams and stuff. I guess you don't have scales since you can use, like, cups to measure. Oh, okay. That makes sense. A lot of times I don't even measure stuff, to be completely honest. Like, I just kind of, like, go with it. But I don't like bake and stuff that much where it needs to be, like, more exact, so. Is there a particular reason why you're looking so excited? Indeed. I just found something fascinating among A-list wares. They let me have this for some spare change. Take a look at it and tell me what you see. You're a measuring freak. Oh, okay, fair enough. Like I said, I just kind of like, it'll be like 1 cup of milk, and I'm just like, okay, that's like this much or something like that. And like, I put it in there. Moth hands me a scroll, and the paper looks to be rather old. The writing on it is still readable, but it's certainly different from Ayla's plain and neat handwriting. It says, "Life, like a pillar of life, I stand tall, strong and towering, I will not fall. I have seen all love and hate, rise of kings and falls of state. Standing still may seem strange, but growth is my way to change." It goes on with many more verses after that. Huh. Some kind of poem? I think there's more to it than that. The stanza about the pillar of life, that may be the tall tree by Oberon's residence, the one that overlooks the surrounding forests. I measure pinch of salt in like a pinch measure thing I have. Oh my goodness. And when it goes on to describe the lively mere surrounded by the debris of Huber's long past, that must refer to a nearby lake surrounded by the ruins of old buildings. Oh, do we get to go to the temple with them? And it doesn't end there. You mean the poem describes landmarks in the forest? Yes, and not just random landmarks. They described it in an order that creates a path. Like directions? Exactly, my clever friend. What does the end of the poem say? Witness wealth and treasure, but do not linger and loaf. Rise above and return, for beauty is terror's cloak. How mysterious. It's written somewhat cryptically, but I believe that these directions lead to a treasure. Maybe. I just find it a little suspicious. Where does this even come from? Ayla said they found the paper on a forest path. It might be like a trap or something. My theory is that someone wrote these directions as a coded reminders to themselves, like a treasure map, and then lost them. Or it was stolen from them, and the thief threw it away in frustration, unable to figure them out. And the original creator didn't have a nifty finder spell like I did, so they couldn't get it back. Either way, I desire to know where this poem will lead me. Wow, I didn't know you were the adventurous kind. A true artist cannot stay holed up in his chambers every day. Fresh experiences are an integral part of staying inspired. Besides, think of the treasure that may be waiting for whoever's smart enough to decode these instructions. Say, care to join me? I'd be willing to share the finds with you. Sounds like a good time. It's still early enough to head out. We could go right away. Fabulous. Give me a moment to prepare. I'll be right back. Moth vanishes into the tailor shop for a few moments. I just enjoy the sun on my face while I wait. Aww. Of course he had to change outfits. I should have guessed. He looks so cute though. Onwards to adventure. I love him. Let's go. We move on from the tall tree to the lake surrounded by ruins, and so on. Some of the verses are a bit more difficult to decode than others, but we steadily manage to make our way through the forest. Our path isn't perfectly straight, but we end up straying rather far from the village in what appears to be a consistent direction. I think we are on the right track. We eventually reach one of the last described landmarks, a large boulder deep in the woods with symbols scratched onto it. I don't think I've ever been to this part of the forest before. Probably because the ground is getting really muddy here. I pull one of my feet from the bog, and it let go with a squelching sound. Ugh. It's not a very inviting scenery, that's for sure. Be careful where you step. You don't want to get stuck in the swampy earth. For the first time during this trip, Moth seems a little cautious. If this is getting scary, we can turn back any time. Oh, nonsense. I'm not scared. Oh, his little, blush face. I was just thinking. You could drop something here, and the ground would eat it right up if you give it some time. Isn't that the case with most things you leave in the forest? Yes, everything would eventually decay or be gnawed off by wild animals, things like that. But drop something here, and it may quickly vanish without a trace. Nobody would be any wiser of its disappearance. Just poof, away it goes, never to be seen again. That's true. I wonder what Moth is trying to get at. Maybe being forgotten is something that he is truly afraid of, even if he won't admit it. But now isn't the right time to ask. We're on a mission. What's the poem saying? Follow the arrow straight to the heart. Keep on going, but you needn't walk far. I bet that refers to this symbol on the rock here. Exactly my thoughts. The arrow straight to the heart. That would be this combination in the top row, wouldn't it? Yeah, there's an arrow and a heart up there. I think so. Should we just follow the direction it's pointing towards? Yeah, I believe that's the way to go. Keep on going, but you needn't walk far. Ooh. Oh my, look at that. I think we did it. Whoa, does somebody live here? Not impossible, but if you ask me, the house doesn't look particularly lived in. It's kind of creepy, honestly. More as if it was abandoned many years ago. Moth walks across the clearing and wipes one of the windows, trying to get a good look at the interior of the house. It has gotten noticeably foggier in this part of the forest, and the cool air seems to seep right into my bones. I cannot see far in there, but there's quite a layer of dust in the house, if I'm not mistaken. Who knows? Perhaps the external decay is merely a facade for the treasures within. We should at least try knocking first for good measure. We rap our knuckles against the old wooden door, but it doesn't appear to be locked and proceeds to creak open ominously. Well, isn't that inviting? Moth is clearly trying to sound brave, but at this point he can't hide the fact that he's getting a bad case of the jitters. I'm not eager to explore a dark abandoned house either, but we've come this far. I'm too curious to turn back. It's just an old house. I'm sure the worst thing that could happen is that part of the ceiling could collapse on us, but it seems sturdy enough. Right, after you. He looks so scared. I test the stability of the floor, then take a few steps inside. Moth follows. Most of the windows have thick, dusty curtains draped in front of them, so it's quite dark inside. There's like a sword over there. Maybe that's worth something. It's about time my light spell comes in handy during this trip. Oh yeah, I forgot we can do that. Oh, brilliant. Once we acquaint ourselves with the surrounding, it becomes even clearer that nobody has been to this place in a very, very long time. It's suspiciously quiet in this house. I suppose even the local wildlife isn't interested in inhabiting such a spooky cottage. A cottage, not college. The Moth's fear is swept away once he recognizes some valuable fabric and trinkets in what must have been the living room. Oh my, is that natural silk? Take a look at this. I can't believe it's still in such decent condition. A cloud of dust dances through the light as he wipes the fabric and neatly folds it into one of the bags he brought. I also see him snatch some silver spoons from a tea set. Oh, and is that a golden pocket watch on the table? You're just gonna take all this stuff? Well, this is a treasure hunting trip, and it's not like the original owners are gonna be back, right? It would be a shame for all these beautiful things to just go to waste and be forgotten. You do have a point about that. If the owners had cared about these things, they would have taken them with them when they abandoned the house. These treasures deserve a new home, and I'll charitably give them one. Gosh, I wish I could take these carpets too. They're such high quality. I'm very glad you came with me, Mars. I'm not sure how well I would have managed all this on my own. You would have been too much of a coward. I see, you just needed someone to light the way for you. Nothing nicer than an good old spooky house. This is really fun, but we should be careful. I think we should say it's fun, but we should be careful. I think this is like kind of sarcastic sounding. This is downright mean. I don't know if he would necessarily agree with this, so we're gonna say it's fun. I still feel like there's a lot about this place that doesn't add up. That's true, too. Like, why would a treasure map lead to a house? Where are the owners? Why did they leave such a fancy house in the middle of nowhere? And why didn't they take any of their things with them? This place looks as if it was abandoned very suddenly. Those are some valid concerns. I do sure hope that we don't discover some dead remains in this place. Or something worse. We continue looking around the bottom floor, and we carefully collect things we consider worth saving. Hey, Moth. What did the last verse of the poem say again? Oh, hi, Stampy. Let's see here. Witness wealth and treasure, but do not linger and loaf. Rise above and return, for beauty is terror's cloak. So maybe we shouldn't stay in here very long. I don't know about you, but I think we shouldn't stick around here for too long. I want action, dead bodies, yeah. It seems like something scary might happen. Yeah, I don't know about you, but yeah, it says don't linger and loaf, so maybe we should leave. I'm not just quite done looking around just yet. Seriously, I'm getting a sense of stranger danger here, except that it's aimed towards the place, not towards a person. Strangeness, dangeness. See, you get it. Well, just then we hear a low rumbling noise and the ground beneath our feet shakes. What the heavens was that? I don't know. Maybe an earthquake? We should get out quick. We dash back to where we came from, but before Moth can open the door again, I stop him. Moth, wait. Look at this. I hold back one of the curtains, and there is mud already reaching halfway up the window. Oh, is the house, like, sinking? Yeah, the house is sinking? What? The house is sinking. We stumble up the stairs to the second floor, hoping to find a way out. The house is simply drifting lower into the sludge. It feels as though the earth itself is actively trying to swallow it at a shocking speed. There's a window to the rooftop. Moth fumbles with the mechanism for a second. It's a little rusty, but a hearty smack from him cracks the window open. Let Moth go first. Don't be a jerk. After you. I practically shove Moth through the window, then follow suit once he's made it out. Just in time, as it seems the house is about to disappear in a massive puddle of mud. Moth has stumbled onto the grass, apparently safe, but I get my feet stuck in the sludge. Ah, damn it! Mars! Moth sloshes through the mud as close as he can without being sucked into and reaches out to me. Grab on! I can't seem to quite reach him until I suddenly feel myself getting pulled towards him. Oh, he's using his magic on us. Moth's slender hand tightly clutches mine. He pulls me back and we stumble onto the more solid part of the clearing. The last bit of the house disappears into the muddy pit with a squelching sound. I almost expect the ground to let out a burp, but instead, there's nothing but dead silence. Moth and I only need to exchange a single look to agree that we should get away from this place before more potentially life-threatening stuff happens. Woo. I guess he found a replacement for bacon bits, the guy says. That was absolutely nuts. Tell me about it. Are you doing okay? Are you hurt? I'm absolutely perfectly fine. Or at least I will be once my legs stop feeling as if they're made of goo. Terribly sorry that you had to get your clothes all muddy, but I hope that you're unharmed too. If there's a next time, then we can date Moth. Yeah, he seems fun. Never been better. Whew. When you pulled me out of that pit, were you using your finder spell to tug me closer? Indeed I was. Yeah, I thought so. That's cute. They look like a Khajiit. Yeah, he does, actually. That was quick thinking. I didn't know it worked on people, too. I wasn't sure either. I've only ever used it on very light things before. Not that I'm calling you bulky. You're just a tad heavier than a roll of yarn, you know. Yeah, I can imagine. Wouldn't it have worked as if you had used it on my pants or something? And give you a wedgie in the middle of an already mortifying ordeal? Please, I have standards. Got a bit of the attitude too, because she does wears if you have coin. Moth looks pretty drained from using his magic to such an extent. After a short break, we make our way back to the village. Mars. Yeah, actually he looks a bit like our icon, honestly. He's got the purple cloak and everything. I know this adventure got upsetting in places, but I certainly don't regret having had your company on the way. If you hadn't been with me, well, who knows what may have happened. I may have vanished in that muddy pit, and nobody would have even told the tale. We make a rather effective adventuring team, don't we? Agreed. Still, I wonder who wrote the directions to that old place, and what exactly was haunting it. That's something I'm curious about, too. Well, it's probably best to leave some questions unanswered. That reminds me, I couldn't take those beautiful silk fabrics with me when we left in such a hurry. I could, however, grab a hold of this. Moth shows me a delicate golden fountain pen. I do faintly recall seeing it at the house. Oh my gosh, you really took a souvenir from a haunted house, huh? I thought he grabbed a bunch of stuff. Did he just drop it when we ran out? I'm sure that the object itself isn't haunted. I still stand by what I said about that, you know. It's a shame for these precious things to go to waste. Somebody crafted them with a lot of care. They're made to be used, to be a part of someone's life. That's why I'd like you to have this, Mars. Really? You're giving the pen to me, of all people? Of course, as a memory of all the exciting time we shared. Wow, thanks. I'll try putting it to good use. I'm sure you will. Don't worry, I won't drag you on another adventure anytime soon. Unless I come across another mysterious poem. You know where to find me when that happens. Jolly good. For now, I'll be going back to the peace and quiet of my craft. I feel so inspired. Same here. I'll see you around, Moth. You most certainly will. Have a good night. I think it's interesting how we kind of have something in common with, like, everybody. I spend a bit more time at home changing out of my dirty clothes and getting the traces of mud cleaned out of them. After that, it's bedtime for me. I was prepared to spend a sleepless night, but considering my close encounter with dark forces today, it turns out adventuring is really exhausting. Soon enough, I drift off into a deep and restful sleep. I'm gonna lurk a bit while I prepare dirt and stuff for my plants. Okay, you'll have to show me some pictures of them. I'm excited to see how they grow. I hope that they grow well. Have you grown plants before, or is this like your first time? On the next day, I get a visit from the blacksmith, Darla, who challenges me to heal the burns on her hands. I ask her if she doesn't wear gloves when she works, and she says, of course she does. But they sucked and ripped apart while she was doing something important. What is it with my spelling today? It's okay. I like I said, I'm used to it. My brain doesn't even really notice most of the time. Oops. Speaking of. While I make sure to heal them all, she proudly asks me if I want to know where her other scars are from. Oops. I already know she's going to tell me, no matter whether I want to hear it or not. The session drags on a bit, but she leaves me a nice tip once I'm done, so I'm not complaining. She says she has to leave because she has too many irons in the fire. I like her. After some quiet lunchtime, I ponder how to spend the rest of the day. Where do we want to go again? I've grown lots of plants. I grew artichoke, tomato, chili, and sunflower last year. That's cool. I used to have like a little garden of like flowers. And then I also would grow like cat grass and stuff for the cats. Eileen really liked that. But I don't have anything going right now. It's kind of hard to a lot of times because my father-in-law mows the yard. So a lot of times he just kind of like mows over everything because he just does it kind of quickly. So like we have tulips and stuff in the backyard, but occasionally he forgets that they're there and mows over them. But also I don't know if we could grow like vegetables and stuff because we have so many possums and raccoons and stuff like that that are like out and about in the yard, and groundhogs and stuff. I think that they would probably just eat them. I mean, maybe I could like try to like wire like fence them in or something, and that would stop them from being mowed over and eaten, maybe. I lived in an apartment and now in another person's house, so I grow them in pots. Yeah, I have a couple pots. I could maybe grow like a couple like small things, but sometimes it's hard to grow like edible stuff in like little pots and stuff. I will be right back. I have to pee. My groceries literally just got here, so I will be back in like 2 seconds. It's just like a couple things. I recommend growing chili because they don't need super big pots. That's a good idea. I could probably do that. Because I have like a few small pots and stuff that I could probably do. And maybe I could do those inside. I still feel like the cats would probably eat them. Or like eat the plants, that is. But okay, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hang on, let me check this order. I swear to God, I got more than this. The order was only like $15. I'm so confused. Thank you. I don't know. Hang on. I don't know. Second time groceries are confusing. Yeah, well, I paid like $30, but the receipt says 16. But I think maybe it's just because I had to have a delivery fee because I didn't go over like the limit or whatever. But that's a pretty massive delivery fee. And also, I thought for sure I got milk, but there's no milk. And I can't see what my original order was because it doesn't show. It just shows what he got. But I thought I got milk. I thought I got 1 gallon of milk, and I thought I got something else as well. But whatever. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how half of it works. The last time Havron that I ordered groceries, the lady told me that she bought my milk herself and that I needed to ask the company for a refund on my milk because she paid for it herself. Like because she wanted to or something. It was very weird. So, I don't know. And also, I have an account with them to, like, lower my delivery fees and stuff. So I feel like that's not what that was supposed to be. But I can contact their support or whatever later and try and figure it out, I suppose. Okay, do we want to talk to someone new, or do we want to, like, just talk to Moth again? Like, what happens if we talk to Moth again since we just did that, like, temple thing with them, or, like, abandoned building thing? Maybe we want to talk to him a bit more and see. Okie dokie. As I step outside, my attention is quickly captured by whining noises across the street. What I initially theorized may be the sound of an injured animal is actually just Moth being himself. He does look a lot more disheveled than usual. Oh, my poor tortured soul. What's a man to do? Take a breath and tell me what the problem is, Popsicle Stick. The problem is that Lord Erebron is going to tear me apart like badly made felt. Come again? Moth pinches the bridge of his nose and tries to compose himself. The Lord himself showed up at my shop just now. And he brought along with him an array of garments that servants and other employees of his court intend to wear at the evening of the midsummer celebration. So like fancy dresses and stuff? Exactly. All the garments he brought are in need of repair in one way or another. Ripped seams, loose buttons, you know the deal. He asked that if I fix them for him, so they're suitable to be worn again. Wow, he's coming with that stuff now? Yes, apparently Lord Genius didn't care to get this handled at a more reasonable time. I'm back. Sorry, my sister called and was talking to me. That's fine. I hope that you had a nice conversation. You don't know the state that some of these dresses are in, Blossom. It is dire. I have laid eyes upon true horror. Oh man, that bad? At least they are clean, but even just restoring a single one of these would usually take me half a day. Oberon wants this done by tonight! Holy smokes, and why are you standing here whining about it instead of working? Who are you romancing? I don't know. I think I was gonna do Kaileen, but I think I made her mad. So we'll see what happens, I guess. Because all hope is lost. There's no way I'll finish this in time. Unless you have some idea on how to solve this problem. You're good at solving problems? Yeah, usually by punching them. I have a feeling that won't help here. Mars, you've been listening too, haven't you? What did I do? I asked about the temple instead of, like, just talked about the moss. And she got kind of upset, and then she didn't want to talk to me on the way home. Yeah, sorry. I was just curious what all the agitation was about. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Do you have any chance of have an idea of what I should do? Otherwise, Lord Oberon is gonna lock me up in the dungeon for eternity. I don't think he'd actually do that, but hey, whatever fuels your vague fantasies. And what's worse, my reputation will be ruined. Come on, Moth, you can do it. Maybe just stop being such a perfectionist. Wow, thank goodness that's not my problem. Or I could help you out. I'll help you. Hey, yeah, I'd be up for that too. What? But I can't just rub my work off on a bunch of running stitch amateurs. No offense. I have high standards. I need to make sure that everything I deliver is top quality. Don't get over yourself, you giant man baby. I'll let you know I can actually pull off a really good ladder stitch. I may not be as skilled as you, but I certainly won't make things worse. Blossom is a bro. Yeah, she's funny. Maybe you're the only tailor in this town, Moth, but you're not the only one who can patch up a pair of stockings. We can at least help you out with some small tasks, so you get more time for the bigger fixes. You guys would really do that? Don't you have other important jobs to do? I'll have to take the occasional break to look after my critters, but other than that, I'm free today. Same here. Aw, you lot are the best. Alright, let's get this fashion venture on the way. Moth is clearly invigorated by our support. While he exaggerated the level of damage on the garments a little bit, it's very clear that they need some work before they can be worn again. It's almost a bit of a culture shock. The outfits of the royal court are very different from the regular clothes I see fairies in town wear. The garishly combined silk fabrics of the court musicians' costumes are particularly eye-straining. Oberon is lucky I'm on a tight schedule, otherwise I'd insist on remaking half of these outfits. Everyone's entitled to their own lapses of tastes. No reason to pop their bubble. Blossom, dear, don't forget to strengthen that linen thread with some beeswax. It's in the sewing kit. Aww. Well, it has been a while since I've learned needlework. Even I can't mess up reattaching a button. I also make myself useful by preparing scandal water, which Moth assures me is the modern way to say tea. What? And by pressing garments with a flat iron. So much pressing. Half a tailor's work is pressing, dear. It really trains those shoulders. Needless to say, I'm learning a lot today. What I expected to be daunting work turns out to be a rather cheerful afternoon. Dare I say it? I'm actually having fun. And considering the goal of the entire mission, we are making pretty good progress as well. Moth is obviously the fastest and most skilled at patching up clothes, but Blossom seems to know nothing to scoff at either. The fact that we're helping out is clearly making an impact. Oh, I like how he's like sitting on the table. That's cute. Our work is slowly nearing its end when the sun is barely starting to set. How are you doing with that dress? Quite excellently, though I cannot imagine how the owner even got those ruffles in such a disorder. Maybe they were attacked by a dog. Or they had a rough night with a lycomorph. Yikes, add that to the list of scenarios I'd rather not have a mental image of. Personally, I wouldn't judge. To each their own. Just then, there's a firm knock at the door. Shouldn't have said that. Now the freak police are coming for you. Oh no. I bet this is Oberon, or one of his servants. See, this is our arts and class scenario. Yeah, it is. Thank you for the follow. Oh no, I bet this is Oberon or one of his servants. I don't know why. I don't think my alerts are actually popping up, but I can hear the sound of them. Alerts. Refresh. Nope. Where even are my alerts, actually? Mystery. I'll have to figure it out later. But thank you for the follow. Oh no, I bet this is Oberon or one of his servants. Moth's first instinct is to throw himself behind the counter and pretend he isn't there. We're not done. I haven't even taken care of this petticoat coat yet. Oh, what do we do? There's another knock. It sounds pretty insistent. Guess I'm gonna have to answer the door, huh? I love Blossom. She's just like, ugh, whatever. Blossom puts aside the pantaloons she was patching up and investigates the source of knocking. Sure enough, it's one of Oberon's servants. One of the more bulky ones. Possibly a guard who is ordered to do one more errand before his day ends. What's up? I was sent to collect the garments that our lord left here for the purpose of repair. Dang, they didn't give us much time, did they? Yeah, well, we're not done yet. What? We still got a few things to patch up, but close to done. Come back in 2 hours or something. 2 hours? This is unacceptable. My shift is about to end. Then tell someone else to come by. Sheesh. Or if the Lord is so wild about these clothes, tell him to pick them up himself. Blossom's so funny. Such impertinence. I could place an order in this house to have everyone in this house arrested. Do you understand? Yeah, great idea. You want to be responsible for arresting the only tailor in town when the Lord needs him most? Listen, buddy, I know your job is tough too, but we're already working with 3 people to get this thing done. Is there no way to speed this up? Maybe just stop interrupting us, or you can come in and help too if you want. Before the guard can retort, Blossom closes the door on him. She's great. The nerve of these people. Blossom, you are my savior. Come again? I don't think I could have kept a straight face so easily. You're sure that they won't come back with multiple guards to drag me off? No, if they do, I'll send them off to Dreamland with my sleep magic. These guys are all bark and no bite, though. I think we'll have some peace and quiet for now. Then how about we get back to these pantaloons? Right. We resume our tasks, trying to work quickly but diligently. From what I've heard, everyone is kind of intimidated by Lord Oberon. Yeah, he kind of seems like a jerk, honestly. I'm telling you, he's not so bad. Sure, he's strong. As in, ridiculously powerful. Nobody knows his exact age. He's certainly older than he looks. But he's also a fairy, just like us. And he values hard work. He's not simply some kind of pampered royal. Guy has seen some shit. Oberon is sus. Yeah, well, there's that other part where where we talked to Nord once, and he was, like, yelling at him for getting, like, beat up and stuff. His main job is to keep us all safe. That mostly involves diplomacy or tearing invaders to shreds, depending on the situation. He's tough on troublemakers, but we're not making trouble. We're making fashion. That's why he has no reason to harm us. I wish his little footmen would be as equally chill about it. Yeah. Who knows, maybe he actually will be impressed with my work. If I could prove myself to the Lord himself and gain closer to contact to the court, everyone in the highest circles would know my name. You deserve it, man. Just don't forget who helped you get there. Moth seems to think about that for a while as we finish our work. A little while later, every broken seam is fixed and every button and ornament is replaced. When he did that, I fussed at him, and I know you did too, and he said, know your place. Yeah. It's like, but you're just being rude. Kitlor, what would you like to know about? Is there something in particular, or just something random? We're just packing everything up for transport when there's another knock. This one is less obnoxious, and sounds like it was made by a very big hand. Is it gonna be Oberon himself, here to yell at us? Moth looks as if he wants to leap behind the counter again, but then remembers that he does, in fact, have all his work done. I suppose it's my turn this time. Anything, I just think it's cool to learn more about you. Oh, thank you. Let me think then. You know, my smiley. Yeah, it kind of looks like a little bird face. I have such a hard time thinking of stuff, like, off the top of my head sometimes. I need to, like, make, like, a list or something of, like, random things that I can say. When I was growing up, my favorite candy bar was those Zero candy bars, and I don't even know if they make them anymore, but they were white chocolate, and they had, like, peanuts and stuff in them, I think. And I used to, like, walk to the gas station at, like, near my house almost every day and get a Zero and, like, one of those fruit, like, bottles that were popular in the early 2000s that had, like, cactus juice and stuff in them. Do you remember those, too? Anyway, I would go, like, all the time to get those. And now I don't think you can find either of those things at the store. Like, I don't think there's Zero bars anymore. And I don't think that there's, like, those cactus juice drinks anymore. Both of them were really good. They were, like, my go-to gas station food. Now my go-to gas station food is probably, like, a Coke and some white cheddar popcorn. You do remember them? Yeah, they were really good. I don't know why they got rid of them. What's your guys' like go-to gas station snack picks, like a drink and a snack when you go to like a convenience store or whatever? Never had cactus juice, but it sounds tasty. Yeah, it was really good. I don't know why they don't sell it anymore. It was just like pretty like sweet, I guess. I don't really know what to like compare it to. But it was good. Yeah, it is Oberon. My lord. Moth quickly bows down so low, I'm afraid he's gonna snap himself in half. I got a soft spot for cherry cola. Cherry cola is really good too. I do occasionally get like a cherry coke or like a plain coke. Oberon needs to bow his head too as he comes in, though it's to avoid bumping against the door frame. Good evening to all of you. Hello, Lord Oberon. You arrived in the perfect moment. We were just finished. Excellent. Let me take a look. Oberon inspects the restored garments. Neatly fixed and pressed as well. I could not imagine them looking any better. As promised, here's your payment. He hands over a bag of coins. I can tell from sight alone that it's not a small sum. My lord, this looks to be a fair bit more than we agreed on. It is no mistake. Consider it a tip. You have done such good work, and I am impressed that you finished your duties on such short notice. Well... Moth pauses for a moment and looks at us. I'll be honest, I could only get everything done in time thanks to my friends here. Interesting. Miss Blossom, well done. 'Twas nothing. And young Mars, too. I see you're aiding this community, not only through healing. Oh, I'm actually pretty sure I would have lost 10 years of my lifespan on this day if it weren't for them and Blossom. Lord Oberon lets out a deep chuckle that rumbles through the tailor shop. I mean, I guess he's being nice right now. I shall try not to strain you as much next time, young Moth. Until then, I wish you all a good night. He picks up the bag of garments and returns outside. Whew. That went quite swimmingly, didn't it? As a kid, my favorite gas station drink was Faygo. Now I just really love Big Red at gas stations and drink bubbly water in general. That's good. I used to get like the orange and grape Faygos sometimes too, I guess. They were pretty good. Told you he was cool. Kind of a shame he didn't stay for tea. Oh, to be honest, I'm done with this day. Time to lay down and rest this tormented spine. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Here it is for you. Yeah, I have been reading quite a bit. Like I said yesterday, my throat honestly did hurt a bit. Oof, same. First, before you two leave, Moth gets the bag of coins and hands each of us a third of the payment. Oh man, you know I can't accept this. Hey, we didn't do it for the money. No, I insist. You know I don't like being indebted to people. Maybe someday I can repay both of you with an equivalent labor of friendship. But until then, good lord, the two of you need to afford some better shoes for yourselves. Okay, I'm keeping the money for that comment alone. With this, a busy day comes to an end. That was nice, that was fun. After wishing Moth a good night, I walk Blossom home. We're neighbors, after all. I don't know about you, but I could really use a good night's sleep. Me too. I'm gonna have sore shoulders from all the pressing. But hey, I think we did a pretty darn good job. I'm glad you came along. I was hoping this may earn us some bonus points with Oberon. I'm the newbie, I want to make myself useful. Helping out friends in a pinch is just the right thing to do. I feel like I wasted my time here today. My word. It's nice to know that the new neighbor isn't afraid to help out when there's work to be done. Whenever you find yourself in trouble, you know what to do. Just hit up one of us. I will. Thanks, Blossom. She's so cute, though. She really is. I'll be seeing you around, right? Yeah, have a good night. Once at home, I drop into bed almost instantly. Nobody warned me that ironing would leave my shoulders feeling like mush. This is a nice kind of exhaustion, though. The feeling of a good day's work and some newly made friends. Yeah, that was fun. I kind of feel like we've more went a friend route here. I don't think we're really dating anybody. We're kind of more just being nice with everybody. Over the course of the day, I get multiple visitors. The local bookbinder somehow managed to get his hand badly stuck in a book press. He's whiny, but it's nothing dramatic. Some kids come by and ask if I can fix their scraped knees. They seem more curious than in pain. Of course I help, and I don't even charge them anything for it. They were cute, and it's not like kids have a lot of money anyway. As noon comes around, things seem to have calmed down a little, and I decide it's a good time for a walk. I think if we go talk to Blossom, we'll just get that cutscene, like, where we find the bunny, like we did yesterday. So maybe we'll pick Atlas, since we've done everybody else. Atlas can probably always use a helping hand, and I'd like to get to know him a bit more. Besides, it can't hurt to check in on him every once in a while. His home is a little off the beaten path after all. I asked the creator if they are doing another game, and they said that they are planning to do a DLC for this. Oh, that would be so fun. Like, more dates with the same characters, or like new characters? Either way would be really cool. Another game too, but yeah. I'm interested, honestly, in anything they come up with. I've really enjoyed this. More dates with the same. That's cool. It is pretty short, so I wouldn't mind having, like, more time to spend, like, with the characters. Because, like, when we did Aelith, like, at the end of the week, they said they love us. And it was kind of like, I thought it was cute, I liked it, but it was also like, I've only known you for a week. As I approach, there's already a faint smell of delicious food coming from one of the opened windows. I think I can hear him humming. Ah, Mars, come in. Did something happen? No, I just wanted to stop by and say hi. I also had a question about that lunch service of yours. Any chance I could go join in? As a client, I mean. Sure, there's always capacity for more. I can only start delivering to you in a week, though, since otherwise I'd run short on the ingredients I currently have stocked. That's fine. I'll survive with making lunch for myself for a week. Hold on, I'll get the papers and then we can talk it over. Atlas fetches some lists from a drawer. Considering that he's not a professional bookkeeper, he seems to have everything organized to almost an uncanny degree. You got any allergies that I should know of? No, unless you plan to cook Jern root for some reason. Not really, but I'll take a note just to be safe. You prefer hot or cold lunch? The warm ones are a little pricier. Looks like both options are very affordable, though. A little time passes, and we get all the formal stuff figured out. Alright, I have one more condition, though. What would that be? The first meal is always on the house. Also, because you've been sitting here for a while, there's no way I can leave a guest starving in this house. I won't argue with that. He heats up a bowl of what must be leftovers, some kind of chili, and he also hands me a pastry dessert for good measure. Wow, this tastes amazing. Glad you're enjoying it. I've been wondering, do you specialize in stews and such? Kind of. I found that somewhat liquid meals are easier for me to reheat with my magic, since it's easier to distribute the warmth in there, you know? That makes sense. While we're talking, he's already making preparations for tomorrow's meals. He's truly made for this job, moving around hot pans on his heat-resistant palms and cracking walnuts in his bare hands. I hope I'm not bothering you here. I don't mean to distract you from your work. Don't worry about that at all. Contrary to popular belief, I actually enjoy the company. Do you get a lot of visitors out here? Yes, for some reason I do. I'm not sure what pulls the other fairies to this place, to be honest. Might be your hospitality. Plus, it's a very cozy and comforting place. The warmth of a fire, the smell of nutmeg and bay leaf makes me feel right at home. You may be right about that. In any case, feel free to stop by here whenever you like. I'm pretty sure Nord spends more time at my place than his own, too. He seems too clingy. That's so mean. It's great that you guys take care of each other. Aw, we both try very hard. Nord is the kind of person who gives a lot to himself to others. I was wondering about that. It seems really important to Nord that others like him. Lord only acts like a people pleaser because he feels like he has to. What I want him to understand is that he doesn't need to put on a brave face when he's with me. Nobody has to. Life is already scary enough. We don't have to make it extra hard for each other. Heck, almost every day I learn stuff that makes me go, well, that's now a problem in the world I live in. But all of that is outside. When people are visiting this house, I want them to feel cozy, even if it's just for a short while. No eldritch horrors, no lycomorph gangs. This is a safe place. I too stayed at his house a lot. I certainly feel very welcome here. You'll find that most folks around here are kind and supportive. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Hey, thanks. We end up chatting a bit more about this and that. Oh, never mind. I thought that was a new text, but it's just the old one from the grocery person. It's nice to have someone who can patiently show me the ropes around here. Since he was kind enough to offer me a meal, I in turn help out with the cleanup. Odd weather today. Oh dear, it's already getting late. You should head back before it's all dark outside. No worries, I can light my way with a spell if I have to. Just be careful out there. You don't want to get hit by branches when it's so stormy outside. Is it stormy? I better get going before he insists on holding my hand all the way back. Aww. I'll take care. You have a good night, alright? You too. Oh, I guess it is a bit, stormy. The evening air is surprisingly cold for this time of year, and the harsh winds aren't helping. Apparently some rain has fallen as well, so the path is a little muddier than usual. I wrap myself in my cloak and make my way back to the village. Night is falling really quickly here. A little light magic should keep me from stepping into any puddles. There we go. Maybe it's just because I'm new to this forest, but there are some strange noises around this part. Did I just hear a horse? It must have been the storm sweeping through the tree branches, but my head is playing tricks on me. I instinctively speed up my footsteps. Still, the way back somehow feels longer this time around. Mars! Atlas, hey, what are you doing out here? Did I forget something at your place, or what? He's not dressed the same. Listen, I don't have any time to explain. They'll be here any moment. You trust me, right? This feels a little weird. He doesn't have his apron on. What if this is something pretending to be Atlas? I feel a little weird. I feel a little apprehensive. I can't say, yeah. I don't want you to spoil it, but I'm running. Whatever this is, I don't want to be a part of it. No, Mars, wait! Oh, I think we made the wrong choice. Atlas' voice disappears in the wind as I tear away and rush towards the village. I can't be far from it. And yet the sound of galloping appears behind me and grows louder, catching up at an alarming speed. Suddenly, something strikes me from behind like an icy spear that sends a shiver right into my heart. Are we dead? Mars! Damn it, damn it! The first sensation I recognize is warmth. The soft hair brushing against my temples. And finally, the faint smell of spices clinging to someone's clothes. Aww! Atlas is holding me, shielding me from my body from the cold wind as best as he can. And he is using heat magic, not just letting it flow through his palms, but radiating warmth through his entire body. With my head pressed against his chest, I can even hear his heart thumping. You dumbass, why did you have to do this? I don't know why I was scared.
Did you just call me a dumbass? It takes deliberate effort for me to speak without breaking up my words with trembling. My voice feels distant, as if it's not my own, but I am determined to make my way through every sentence without staggering. You're awake. Oh, thank the stars. What's happening? Am I dying? Atlas pauses, and I think I can hear him swallowing heavily from what I just said. No way. Not on my watch. Oh, his hands are lit up, so I guess it does have to do with their magic. Are you injured? No, I don't think so. I'm really cold, though. Yeah, you feel like an ice block. Getting better, though. Atlas pulls me under one of the nearby trees to keep me from getting soaked by the rain that's slowly setting in. He continues passing on his warmth to me until my body temperature feels at least close to normal again. Alright, can you get up? Yeah, I'm alright. Come on, I'll walk you home. It's not safe here. I'm still a little bit out of it. What was that? That was the Wild Hunt. Oh. They're a group of ghosts that are said to roam these woods a few times a year. What do they hunt? Anything scared enough to let themselves be hunted, I think. What? I almost got killed by a ghost. Yes, that's why I came to warn you. I wanted to prevent exactly this. The only way I know to avoid a close encounter with them is to stay still in the middle of the road. Running away was the worst possible thing you could have done. You were lucky that nothing worse happened. Sorry, but tell me again why you let me walk through the woods when you knew that there was a deadly ghost tornado about? I'd never seen them pass through this part of the forest before. So far, I only ever saw the faint glow through my window. The voices in the storm made me realize that they were here tonight, and that your light would attract their attention. You're right, I messed up. I'm sorry. Oh no, Atlas, I'm sorry. Maybe you should stay out of this part of the forest from now on. It's too dangerous. You mean I should stay away during the night? Yes. I think I made him mad, too. My house is over there. Are you sure you're alright? How are you feeling? I think I'll be perfectly fine once I'm wrapped in a blanket. Thanks for helping me not freeze to death, I guess. That probably came out more sarcastic than I intended, but to be fair, it had been a rough night. Don't mention it. Hey, you're not gonna walk all the way back to your house on your own, right? I actually have a place here in the village I can stay for the night. Ooh. Alright. We awkwardly shuffle our feet. I would say more concerned, yeah. We awkwardly shuffle our feet for a moment. You'd better get inside before you get soaked. Have a good night, okay? Good night, Atlas. Well, my bad. I've messed up 2 encounters, I think. I let myself sink into my bed sheets. A near-death experience certainly wasn't what I had planned for today. Totally with Nord, oh yeah. But I suppose I'm lucky that it wasn't a total death experience. Despite my exhaustion, I stay awake for a while, calming down from the scare of encountering the Wild Hunt. I can hear the howling storm all throughout the night. And we had 2 kind of like creepy things happen this go around, I guess. Way a fairy feels may be influenced by how someone... Yeah, I don't think anyone is going to want to date us, honestly. I think we've kind of messed up everybody today. It's the day of the Midsummer celebration. Yeah, that is cool. I wish... Maybe I can back up and, like, pick the other route, I guess. I guess I could do that. Oh, actually, it won't let me click. Oh well. The question is, do I ask someone out? With everything I've experienced since I arrived, I've already gotten to know some of the townspeople fairly well. I can connect to some of them more easily than to others. If I'm going to ask one of them out on a date, I'll have to decide now. So I guess you can just pick anybody. I'm pretty sure you could try for Blossom and Moth as well. Yeah, I think, honestly, I don't know. Is it possible for them to say no, I guess? I didn't think about that. That'd be kind of funny. Because originally I was trying for Kaileen, but I don't know if she'll say that she just wants to go as friends or something. Since we said we're going for Kaileen, we'll try and see what happens, I guess. I've made up my mind. I'm gonna ask Kaileen if she'll go to the midsummer celebration with me. Some clattering from the direction of her garden quickly tells me where to find her. Kaileen is quietly humming to herself. Hi there. What are you up to? Just getting some bits of work done before tonight. Chances are I'll be sleeping late after the party, so I like to have everything in order beforehand. Right. About the midsummer celebration, I'd like to ask you something. She may forgive you even though you didn't enjoy her moss. Yeah, maybe. It's kind of important. I'm listening. How about we go together as a date? You mean like a romantic date? Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, wow. She doesn't look very happy, does she? Kaileen seems a little overwhelmed by the question. I must have caught her off guard. Uh-oh. Oh no, she's rejecting us. Look, I enjoyed spending time with you. It's great that we can talk on plants and go on field trips together. I just think that we're not really connecting on a deeper level. No. You're not even gonna give it a chance? I'm sorry I didn't like your moss. Sorry, I think I'm good enough at predictions to tell when a relationship won't go anywhere long term. Wow. And I'd rather spare us both the grief. Okay, I can respect that. Still, I'm flattered that you asked. If you go to the party tonight, feel free to hang out with us in a group. It's always a good time. Right. I'll keep that in mind. See you there. Ouch. Yeah, woof, that did hurt a bit. I can't always tell what Kaileen is really feeling, but I think this wasn't easy for her either. I'll try not to dwell on it. Maybe a party is just the right thing to take my mind off things. I take my time preparing for the festivities. While I haven't brought an elaborate amount of fancy garments with me, I think I'll get by just fine with what I have. I should have saved and asked someone else, I guess. Yep, I think this will serve me well. I also do some cleaning so that the house isn't a mess when I get back. In the meantime, I realized just how little I know about the customs from the midsummer celebration around here. I didn't know you could get turned down. Yeah, me neither. Are there pieces of court etiquette I should absolutely pay attention to? But that's cool, though. I do actually like that you can get turned down. You could probably roll back and save then. Well, I can load, because I saved right when I made that choice with Atlas too, and that wasn't that far off, so I think I could just load from there and ask like Moth or something like that. I don't want to embarrass myself. Ah, well, I'm sure if there's anything I need to know, the others will tell me. We can go through this, though, and see, like, what it's like, I guess, to go as friends or whatever, since this is just, like, friends route, I guess. Alright, looking sharp. It's time to do this. Since I got rejected. As I approach the residence, I can already see Nord and Atlas hurry inside. Of course they go together. I consider calling out to them, but I think I'll just wait for the others and catch up with those two later. Aelith makes himself known with a short whistle as they arrive. Ready to blow this place up? Absolutely, as long as we aren't being literal. I'm guessing that the party schedule doesn't involve strategic arson, but then again, local traditions can be dodgy like that. Heya! Oh, Blossom! You look so pretty! Hi, Blossom. Nice dress, Mars. You too, Aelith. You're really attached to that tat, though, huh? I heard you snatched it from a human postman. Aelith shakes their head and mimics a posh salute. A police officer? You're absolutely nuts. Oh, Kaileen, you look so cute. Oh, you're all looking lovely. I'm not underdressed, right? Oh, don't worry about it. Your outfit is perfect, girl. Aelith nods. Aw. Did somebody say outfit? It's a local style icon, fashionably late. You're supposed to always save the best for last. I'm surprised there aren't more frills on you. That's interesting because you got to see Nord and Atlas with Aelith, but I didn't see the others. Yeah. I guess because they get there first, so you just go in with them first. You know the rule, dearie. Because last time I didn't see Moth and Blossom either. Dressed nicely, but not more extravagantly than the hosts. Nord and Atlas are already inside, so how about we join them? Yeah, let's get this party started. We enter the throne room. I've been to this place before, but by the way it looked then, doesn't compare in the slightest to the current view. What was previously a daunting, large, echoing hall with muted lights is now a bright, inviting ballroom, brimming with music and cheerful conversation. Whoa. It's really pretty. I'll be honest, I didn't believe that this place could look so lively. I'm used to it, eh? Worry not, I can show you around. We blend into the crowd. I don't know anyone around here, but it's an interesting mix of people nonetheless. It consists mostly of fairies, but I also spot some lycomorphs and lizard people in the ballroom. There are partygoers of all occupations, and while the nobles seem to prefer staying among their kind, everyone is mixing and getting along quite well. Meanwhile, servants move diligently through the hall, offering snacks and drinks on their trays. Lord Oberon and Lady Titania are busy greeting the high-status visitors. I see Oberon bowing respectfully to what must be the leader of the neighboring lycomorph settlement, who returns the gesture. After this form of greeting, they pat each other's backs and loosen up noticeably, even exchange some jokes. It's almost uncanny to see these two massy forces of nature drink a toast and laugh as if they're old friends who only get to see each other once or twice a year. Heck, that's probably exactly what they are. I spend some time drifting around the ballroom and checking in on what the others are doing. Blossom is catching up with some school friends, Moth is chatting up potential customers, and Aelith and Kaileen are relaxing and people-watching. I occasionally see Aelith stuffing durable food into their bag when nobody else is looking, insisting, it's not stealing, it's free stuff anyway. Eventually we get together for some drinks. A lizard pair keeps blocking the buffet. Punch him. No, this is a formal event. The only punch that's allowed here is the kind that's served in cups. Aelith is visibly trying to hold back a laugh. There's a pause from the court musicians, and the attention focuses onto the royal couple. Something happening over there? It's time for Oberon and Titania to lead the dance. Right, I've been wondering why everyone was just standing around so far. Here's how it works. The lord and lady open the dance, and then the other noble couples follow, and finally all the commoners can join in. Is it only partner dance for now? Correct. The freeform dance begins later. I know you're antsy for that one. As Kaileen described, the center of the hall slowly fills up with waltzing couples. The onlooking partygoers occasionally react with cheers or applause when Oberon and Titania display a particularly elegant move. They've clearly done this many times. If people are getting busy dancing, I finally have a chance at the buffet. Go get that nugget, girl. While everyone's watching the royal pair, I notice that Aelith is looking off to the side. I follow their gaze and squint at a scene that's unfolding between Nord and a lycomorph lady. While I can't hear what they are saying, it doesn't look like a pleasant conversation. Eventually, the lycomorph stomps off and snarls as she passes us by. Oh, get out of my way, fairy scum. Well, she's a charmer. Maybe she was being rude and Nord gave her a peace of mind. Wait, are we talking about the same person? You mean the Nord with the little neck ruff who's stuffing his face with macarons right now? Yeah, I guess because we didn't go see Nord, we see that interaction here. You know what they say, don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, still, I think I'm gonna check on them. Yeah, I do too, because I did talk to Nord once last stream, if you remember. Hold on, I'm coming with you, Blossom. Are you guys doing alright? Mm-hmm. We're just fine. They don't seem eager to gossip about the argument they had with the wolf lady, so I won't press them. Blossom motions to the dance floor, which is filling up with couples from the groups of commoners by now. Are you guys planning to go for a round two? Ooh, right. Time to shine, grasshopper. Nord and Atlas hurry off to show off their waltz. They're twirling and laughing whenever one steps on the other's foot. Figured they could use a distraction right now. Those two are the cutest. I wouldn't want them to be blummed out during the party. You guys are all adorable, honestly. I mean, you seem like a really supportive group of friends. Everyone is so kind and welcoming. Well, it wasn't always like this. We're all fine and dandy now, but that took a lot of work. Don't get me started on all the teen drama we got up to. You can't just mention that and not tell me more about it. Damn. Okay. I guess being a teen is really already difficult on its own. We were insecure buggers back then. Take Nord and Atlas, for example. They were always friends as kids. But as they grew up and realized they had feelings for another, it freaked them out. It took them a pretty long time to figure out what they wanted to be. But it worked out for the better. Now they're pretty much inseparable. Fascinating. What about Kaileen? She used to be a super shy one, always standing in her older sister's shadow. I think when Ayla showed up to this town a few years back, that was when Kaileen first realized people were appreciating her research and what she had to say. After that, she opened up more to the rest of us, too. If you ask me, she's really come into her own. What are you lovelies chatting about? Ah, you're done with the highly sophisticated business talks, huh? I was just telling Mars about our embarrassing teenage stories. The forbidden knowledge. You didn't tell them about the time I offended your mother and you tossed me into the compost pile, right? Nah, but now you just did. Oh, blast. It is true. Even I was once an ugly duckling. I mean, on the inside. Visually, I was always fabulous. We were constantly at each other's throats back then. That bad? I thought Bossum was a crude peasant who was going to beat me up anytime we met. And I thought you were a pretentious prick. And you were right. You're just lucky you got to know us when we were at our best, Mars. Well, how did you make things better? Growing up, I guess. There are problems that you actively need to work on in order to fix them, and then there are others that you just need time to pass. I guess if I could tell little old teenage me anything, it's that things do get better. Aww. What a lovely little message. Agreed. A little while later, the court musicians put on a more folksy tune, and the atmosphere clearly becomes more casual. The dance floor is now flooded with people who dance in groups or solo. Aelith perks up the sound, and every fiber of their being is exclaiming, "This is my jam." They exchange a quick look with Kaileen, and then the two of them hurry to the dance floor and invite the rest of us to join them. It's less crowded, too, now that the nobles are gone. Come on. I've noticed they kind of group in twos, Nord and Atlas, Blossom and Moth, Kaileen and Aelith. Yeah, I agree. Let's see, this is cute, because last time we just danced, with Aelith. Also, we're dabbing. Compared to the calm and ordered ballroom from before, the crowd is going wild in tune to the folk beats. Some of the well-practiced step dancers, including Aelith, get to show off a little. There are cheers and joyful laughter all around. The minutes fly by until eventually even the most enduring ones have tired themselves out. Hey, do you know what else is part of a midsummer celebration? A fire? Exactly. Are you guys implying that there's gonna be arson after all? No, we're saying it's time to go outside, silly. Good idea. It has been getting a little bit noisy in here anyways. Let's take a stroll. So it seems like the friend route is kind of like everybody combined, like just not in a more one-on-one way. There's a little spot by the riverside that's apparently frequently used for campfires. Atlas gets the flame started effortlessly, a routine well practiced with time. Once Nord has snatched a bowl of snacks, we take a seat on the makeshift benches. Aww. That's so cute. Compared to the ruckus inside, this scenery is pleasantly quiet. The river peacefully gurgles on, the fire crackles, and the air is still. Moth provides some pleasant background tunes on his lyre. Atlas hands out some marshmallows to roast over the fire, though he insists on calling the candy pâté de goumave instead. I'm pretty sure his pronunciation is off, but I humor him. It doesn't take long until the events of the last few days come up in the campfire chatter. Moth's recollection of our haunted house excursion makes for a particularly riveting tale. We were pulled down, deep down towards the earth, and I was certain that we were done for. You really not making this up? Of course not. Mars here can attest to everything. He's exaggerating some parts for drama, but it's accurate. Damn, sounds as if you guys are made of some real adventure material. Well, go on. You obviously weren't eaten by a muddy pit, so what happened then? Atlas's description of our close encounter with the wild hunt raises a few eyebrows. We were lucky to make it through that one unharmed. It could have gotten really ugly. Was anybody going to tell me that you get ghosts in your woods, or was I supposed to just randomly learn that in a campfire story? I swear I didn't know about that either. That's fascinating. When Kaileen talks about our excursion in the woods, she gets a little sidetracked on the details, but tries focusing on the exciting parts. And when we sneaked past those lycomorphs like ninjas. Gosh, they didn't smell you with those sensitive noses of theirs? That's why Kaileen had some aromatic herbs to distract them. It was a really smart move. Magnificent. It appears that I've made quite a name for myself in the week I've spent here. I can get used to this. We spend the rest of the night telling stories by the fire, roasting food, and goofing around. It's only now sinking in how at home I already feel here. It was only a week ago that I arrived in this town, unsure whether I would fit in. And now I've found new friends who treat me like someone who's always been here. This is a joyful night. And one that I only hope is the first of many to come. Yeah, that was really cute, actually. I like that we did the friend route, even though that wasn't like our plan. It turned out nice. It was very cute. I feel like the game overall has like a really cute message. I mean, we can see. I'm not sure. Okay. We'll do this really fast. Turn off your light and just stay right in the middle of the road with me, alright? Don't move. Alright, what is going on? I think that we'll see that in a moment. Just please stay calm. Don't stare at them when they go by. The storm is growing louder, so much so that I can barely hear Atlas's voice anymore. You'll be fine, I promise. I do as he said, remaining still on the path. As the breeze cools down with every second, I think I can make out the sound of galloping hooves. Ooh, cool. I freeze at the sight of ghostly hunters on spectral horses rushing past us. They're carried forward by the howling storm, bathe the forest in an eerie blue light. Atlas keeps his gaze down and hugs me tightly, and I do my best to follow his example. A shudder runs through my heart, but none of the hunters touch us, or even seem to acknowledge that we're there. I don't dare to move, or even breathe. Instead, I focus on the sensation of Atlas's soft hair brushing against my temples. Finally, the last rider passes by, and their haunting blue shimmer vanishes among the woods. Ew. Are you alright, Mars? Yes, but what on earth was that? The Wild Hunt. They're a group of ghosts that are said to roam these woods a few times a year. What do they hunt? Anything scared enough to let themselves be hunted, I think. Standing still in the middle of the road and remaining calm seems to be the best way of avoiding them. You couldn't have told me that before I went out? That was my mistake. I'm really sorry. Come on, I'll walk you home. Okay. To be fair, I didn't know that they had a route through this part of the forest. So far, I've only ever seen their glow from my window. And just now, I recalled that they had always announced themselves through unusual storms in the past. And that your light could catch their attention. Wait, this was the first time you witnessed them up so close? Yes. How can you be sure that the myth of being spared by staying in the middle of the road would work? There's usually truth in folktales, but to be honest, I wasn't sure. I just knew that running from them would have been the worst possible idea. Like we did last time. But they're ghosts. Can they even touch us? What happens when they strike someone? I don't think I ever want to witness that. Well, technically you did. You just don't know it. Just when we arrive at the village, the rain sets in again. At least the ghosts were not headed right for the village. Yeah, I'd still recommend staying inside for the rest of the night. I will. My house is over there. Alright then. Take care. Hold on. You're not going to walk all the way back to your house all alone, right? Not while those ghosts are still out and about? Besides, you'll catch a cold if you get drenched out there. I didn't even need to be a medical professional to tell you that. Atlas is amused by my concern over him. Well, last time we were just kind of like, whatever, I don't care. So I think we did the right thing. Oh no, don't worry. I got a place here in the village where I can stay. Okay. I sure hope you didn't leave the fire at home burning. No. Hey, Atlas, before you go, thank you. Oh, it's nothing. You literally went out in the dark to save me from a ghost hunt without even being sure it would work. That's not nothing. That's like the opposite of nothing. For someone who prefers living by himself, you care an awful lot about other people. And I think that's really strong. Don't stop being like that. I'll try. Now go inside before you get soaked. Okay, okay. I'll see you later. Good night. Yeah, that ended on a better note. Once inside, I practically collapse on the bed. Yep. That's basically all the same. Okay, I guess maybe we could try and pick Moth. I think we picked all the right things as far as he goes. The weather looks quite pleasant. Yeah, do I ask someone out? If this is just if he says no, we'll just go through, like, him saying no, and then I'll probably end the stream. Because I'm assuming if it's the friend route, it'll be the same again, maybe? I've made up my mind. I'm gonna ask Moth if he'll go to the midsummer celebration with me. Let's hope he doesn't already have a bunch of other admirers standing in line before me. As I enter the tailor shop, Moth is rearranging some bundles of fabric. There's nobody else here, so it might be as good a time as any to ask him. Ah, Mars, come in. I expected that you'd be busy picking an outfit for the evening. Oh, please, don't make me laugh. I have already decided what I was going to wear a week ago. Very foresightful. I have a reputation to uphold. What would people say if I showed up at a formal event underdressed? My pride as a tailor would be ruined. Speaking of the midsummer celebration, there's something I've been meaning to ask. I'm all ears. Ugh, why are my guts feeling all tingly? Would you like to go there with me? As a date? Oh my. Moth is blushing. I hope that's a good sign. I must say, it's a bit bold to ask me out when you've only been here for a week. Usually I would demand a longer period of mutual pining before agreeing to this. But I think I've gotten a decent impression of who you are, and I like what I'm seeing. Okay, he's gonna say yes. Thank God we don't get rejected 2 times in one stream. It makes me want to get to know you more. So yes, I'll glad to be your date. Really? Don't look so stunned, dear. You can be confident in yourself. I don't let just anyone into this grand heart of mine, you know. Thanks, Moth. I'm really looking forward to this evening. The feeling is mutual, Mars. Shall we meet at, say, 6 p.m. in front of Oberon's residence? It's a date. On my way back home, there's a spring in my step. I have a chance to spend more time with Moth. Geez, I'd better make sure I don't drop any bricks during the party. Moth must trust me a fair bit to let me join him for what seems to be an important business event. I won't let him down. Okay, so we take our time. Same thing. Pants, yada yada. Don't want to embarrass yourself. Okay, same thing. There's no sign of Moth yet, but I can see Nord and Atlas hurry inside. Of course they'd be together. So we don't talk to them, I suppose. It appears that I'm a bit early, but at least I can try to calm my nerves a little bit before my date with Moth. Aelith and Blossom make themselves known with a short whistle as they arrive. Heya! Hi, you two. Nice dress, Mars. Oh, you're all looking lovely. I'm not underdressed, right? Ah, don't worry, your outfit is perfect, girl. Aelith nods. So that's like a shortened version, I guess, of earlier. The 3 of them make their way inside, but not without Blossom giving me a knowing wink before leaving me. Oh shoot. Does everyone know about this date? How does nudes spread so quickly, even in this place? Then again, I doubt that anyone will want to sabotage our romantic escapades, so it's probably just fine. Good evening, dear. Hi, Moth. You're looking absolutely sublime, if I say so myself. Wow, thanks. It's probably obvious, but I love your outfit too. I didn't leave you waiting for long, did I? You're only fashionably late. You're being too generous with me. Moth offers me his arm. Shall we? The 2 of us enter the throne room. I've been to this place before, but the way it looks now doesn't compare to the current view. What was previously a dauntingly large echoing hall with muted lights is now a bright, inviting ballroom with music and cheerful conversation. What do you say? Quite impressive, isn't it? To be honest, I didn't think this place could look so lively. It's a sight to behold. They really amp it up every year. It'll get even better once the dance officially begins. All in due time, though. How about we get some drinks for now? Sounds good. This is the same thing about how the nobles and partygoers are separate. That he's greeting the lycomorph leader. Moth is chatting up some of his business contacts. Merchants, tailors from other towns that are here to visit, and even a few nobles that are interested in his work. He's quite a smooth operator when it comes to pleasing people from different walks of life. When talking to the merchants, he keeps things brief and professional, focusing on numbers. When speaking to the nobles, he tickles their vanity, hoping to win them over as customers. While he's busy flattering a pair of low aristocrats, I am approached by what appears to be two teenage nobles. You must be Moth's Elias +1. Delighted to make your acquaintance. They do seem delighted, but less in the friendly way and more in the I'm going to out you as a peasant fool and it will be hilarious kind of way. Nice to meet you. They pour me a glass of wine from an unnecessarily fancy-looking bottle. Already given the Chateau d'Eau a try? We'd love to hear your opinion on it. Judging from their incredibly smug expressions on their highly punchable faces, they're just trying to embarrass me. And ergo, Moth as well. And they may just succeed, because I have no idea how to talk about wine. I don't even like this stuff very much. Just in time, Moth notices my awkward stance, so he excuses himself from the conversation he was having and comes over. Save us, Moth? Well now, that looks like the good wine they've reserved for the high society guests. Mind if I take a little sip? I've been quite curious about it. Go right ahead. I hand him the glass and he gingerly holds it under his nose, taking in the fragrance before nipping at the wine and properly savoring it on his tongue. Quite the warm, earthy palate. Almost a bit of a leathery flavor. I personally tend to prefer the half-dry variants, but that is just a quirk of mine. I must say that this is slightly nutty aftertaste, and this one is particularly enjoyable. He hands the glass back to me, and I follow his example. I can agree with that. It's not bad at all. The two nobles seem satisfied with that judgment and saunter off, probably to look for a different target that they could make fun of. Thanks for the help just now. Don't mention it. Say, can I tell you a secret? I can't actually stand red wine. It all tastes the same to me. Really? But then how did you come up with that fancy description just now? Hey, Echo, welcome back. We got rejected by Kaileen. So we just went as friends, and now I reloaded, and now we're with Moth. Because, yeah, Kaileen turned us down. Improvisation. Wine tasting is one of the games that the high society wants you to play. Oh no, why? Because remember when we told her, like, when I said that thing about the temple instead of telling her that I loved her moss? I guess that was enough. He pours me a glass of water and one for himself as well to wash the bitter taste off our tongues. Those rich kids clearly just wanted to ridicule you. It's always the same thing. Moth is a cutie though. Yeah, I like him. I'm fine with it. I just thought it was funny she rejected us. Their parents are old money, so they think they can strut through this ballroom as if they own the place. If their brains were worth half as much as their shoes, they'd know that etiquette isn't just about showing off. It's about being mindful and taking your time to appreciate people. That is something the royal couple understands, at least. Speaking of Oberon and Titania, is something happening over there? Indeed, it looks as if the royal couple was ready to lead the dance. Perfect timing. Right. I had been wondering why everyone had just been standing around so far. So yeah, this is the same kind of thing. It's, if you don't love Moss, then you are not for her. That's literally what she said. She was like, I could tell, like, when our interests don't align, or something like that. This is kind of all the same. It's just about them dancing. Okay. Would you care for a dance? I'd love to, if you don't mind dancing with a novice. No problem. We don't need to get too elaborate. It has been a while since my last dance room It's my last ballroom dance lessons, too. Aww. Moth takes me by the hand and gently guides me to the dance floor. He's saying that he's a bit rusty, but to me his posture and the flow of his movement look excellent. I simply try to follow his example, and soon enough we're floating in clean cycles across the hall. I also spot Nord and Atlas in the crowd, twirling around and laughing whenever one steps on the other's foot. As more pairs join in, the dance turns into a game of avoiding collisions with other couples. Moth almost bumps into my chest when I pull him out of the line of fire of a lycomorph's swinging foot. Whew, good reflexes, dear. I suppose it's as good as time as any to take a break. Agreed. You went for the other person that has a big fluffy tail? Yeah, that's a good point. I elbow my way to the buffet and grab some snacks for us. I try not to be too greedy, and yet I find the sweet stuff hard to resist. As I struggle back through the hall, I notice that Moth is making a beeline towards Nord while wearing a somewhat bothered expression. Part of me is worried that he's going to roast the poor guys for his choice of outfit, but I'm also curious to see how Moth acts when I'm not by his side. He simply straightens and fluffs up Nord's neck ruff a little and gives him a pat on the shoulder. There, now you should be good to go. This has been bugging me ever since I walked in here. Noth. Nice, thanks. Okay, this is really cute. Aww. He bounces off on his own date, and I offer Moth the plate of confections I've acquired. I hope you like macarons. Ooh, perfect. As the evening continues, the musicians pick up the pace a little, and the dance floor is quickly flooded by groups. The atmosphere quickly becomes more casual, but also a bit noisier. It appears that some of the guests have overindulged in the punts that's ordered at the buffet. Well, there are no drunken balls so far, but this is a bit much. Say, how about we head outside and see if somebody has lit a campfire? It's part of midsummer too, you know. Yeah, that sounds nice. I could use some fresh air. I would also overindulge, yeah. Free alcohol. We move outside the residence and stroll by the river. Sure enough, there's a little campfire near the riverside, and Atlas sits on one of the logs that surround it, waving us over. Hi there. Any chance you could watch over the fire for a moment? Sure, where are you going, though? I just want to make sure that Nord didn't get kidnapped on his way to the bathroom. Atlas walks off into the direction of the residence, and we take a seat on the makeshift benches. Compared to the ruckus inside, this scenery is pleasantly quiet. The river peacefully gurgles on, and the fire crackles, and the air is still. How are you enjoying yourself thus far? I'm having a good time. How about you? Oh, me? I was just worried you might get bored. No, it was actually quite a lot to take in. You have my admiration for navigating that social landscape without dropping one brick after the other. It's all a matter of practice, but even I can only spend this much time a day licking the boots of nobles. In the warm light of the fire, his face looked softer than usual. He had worn a cheeky smile when he was cutting deals with merchants. It had always come to him easily, yet now it's slipping away, like a mask. In a way, maintaining all those superficial connections is a lot easier than opening up to someone for real. How so? I feel as if Moth wants to get something off his chest. Because playing a role is easy. It's like a suit of armor for your heart. But when you really let someone in, they see the bad parts of you too. You make yourself vulnerable. Because they may not like what they see? Yeah, all the things you'd rather hide away. Everything that makes you seem pitiful or fussy or like a coward. A gentleman rarely lets down his guard, huh? I can tell that you understand what I'm trying to say. But Moth, you don't need to play some kind of role when you're with me. I'd much rather see you for who you really are. Even if that means some ugly parts? Of course. We're all just people. I'm flawed too. Are you sure? You're the most quick-witted and compassionate person I know. Don't forget handsome. Moth chuckles. He's a baby. Yeah, he is very sweet. Really, though, you'll find that I make mistakes just like anyone else, and that's alright. You have the right to be flawed too. It doesn't make you less lovable. I know it means a lot to open up about the parts of yourself that you don't like. Getting to know you so closely is a privilege. Thank you, Mars. I hope I'm not asking too much patience from you. Don't worry about that at all, Moth. You truly are my muse in a way. Wow, I didn't think I could be that for someone. Aww. So one might say that you're drawn to me like a moth towards the light? Oh, good lord, you're such a dork. Moth tries to fake indignation, but he can't hide the delighted grin on his face. What's worse is that you're absolutely right. He carefully leans against my shoulder, and I wrap my cape around his back. For the first time ever, I see him relax completely. We cuddle in front of the fire, while my heart tells me that this date was the exact right thing to do. It's a warm and comfortable moment of affection. One that couldn't possibly be disturbed. Oh no. Hey guys! We're back! Are we interrupting something? Only a little. Come on, lads, sit down with us. Maybe we can pacify you with some stick bread and other culinary delights? That would be more than acceptable. Atlas shows us a bowl of campfire food he brought. Meat, vegetables, bread dough. He even required some marshmallows, so he insists on calling the candy patamagov instead. I'm pretty sure his pronunciation is off, but we humor him. I was gonna say, here comes Nord. Oh yeah. We spend the rest of the night telling stories by the fire, roasting food, and goofing around. We even get Moth's lyre from the shop, and he plays some tunes for us to sing along to. I almost can't believe how at home I already feel here. It was only a week ago that I arrived in this town, unsure whether I would fit in. And now I have not only found new friends, but also a lovable, sublime partner that I can give my heart to. This is a joyful night, and one that I hope is only the first of many to come. Aww. Very cute. So we've gotten 3 different endings then. Okay, I think I need a break though from reading. I appreciate you guys hanging out and coming up with decisions and stuff. Oh. Well, it got my back to pop at least. Havrin, if you would like, if you are at least 18, you can join the Discord if you want. And then maybe tomorrow I can play this again, or I can find something else to play. I don't know what we will do just yet. We could keep doing, we have a few more. Obviously we could do Kaileen and Blossom and Atlas and Nord. Okay, I would appreciate it. I would love to have you. And like I said, we can stream more of it tomorrow if you want, if you guys want, or we can do a different game. I know that there's other games that are similar to this that maybe we could scope out. All the routes. If you guys want to, I'm down. I don't mind. Let's see. Where do we want to go? Yeah, I feel like the Discord has become a pretty fun place. Lots of good friends in the Discord. I'm dying to see the different endings. Yeah, you'll have to watch back and see the friend ending because you didn't, I don't think you got to see it. Oops. I can't spell. And we'll go over to Resni, because she's doing art right now. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I really enjoyed this game and this stream. It was really fun. And like I said, probably tomorrow I can be streaming again. Also, Saturday, I'm pretty sure I will be live as well. Because my husband works that day. So I should be able to stream Saturday for you guys as well. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to y'all in Discord. Be hyped for Resni. I love y'all.